Looking for the right, hard-to-find Ram Heavy Duty? Great news, we have them. And right now, you can save up to $15,500 off MSRP on the new 2024 Ram 2500s.
You always seem to have the best deals and biggest selection of Ram trucks.
That's why we are California's #1 Ram truck dealer and #3 in the nation. Plus, we have over 400 new Ram trucks available, including those hard-to-find heavy duties. Your perfect truck is waiting at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center.
Find your new heavy-duty Ram in the Hoblet Ram Truck Center. See their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. And remember to check out the Hoblet Used Car Super Center in downtown Woodland with over 50 cars under 20 grand. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$15,500 total net savings on select new Ram 2500 tradesmen after $9,000 factory rebates, $6,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include $3,000 Hoblet select inventory coupons, $2,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance, must have qualifying trade-in, and $2,000 on-the-job incentive for qualifying business owners. At least 5 of this net savings. See dealer for details.
Your local sports leader in the 916.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sactown Sports 1140. Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sactown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper.
1-2 barbecue. Happy Friday. Drape's just making his way in. He's already had a very busy day hanging out with the likes of Domantas Sabonis. I'll tell you what, I think about 3 today. We're going to give you a chance to hear, if you haven't already, hear and see the interview that Drapes did with Domantas Sabonis. Many, many reasons to watch it and listen. Here's one I just realized. You get a glimpse inside the Draper home. Draper home, right?
Oh, the mansion, right?
We
the
get
mansion.
to see the mansion.
You get to see a little bit
place.
of background.
You've heard Drape's takes. Today you can see Drape's place.
Let me say this, Whitey. It's about 2:02 right now, and I'm just casually strolling in.
Yeah, it's Friday. All good.
I actually thought about coming in at 2:30. I waited 20 minutes to do the interview with Domas. The interview's 10. So I've already been on the clock for a half hour, big fella. We're a 4-hour show.
Uh-huh.
So I already got content already. So I thought about coming in late, but then I was like, nah, let me get my butt in here. So no, it was a great interview, man. The thing too that, you guys will hear when you listen to this interview, Domantas Sabonis lights up when he talks about it. It's not a 3-second soundbite. Like, this guy expounds on it. You really get a glimpse into what it was like for him. And, he's a quiet guy usually, but, I think this was a interesting and fun experience for him.
I think this is going to be fun for all Kings fans all season long, right?
Yeah.
However, do they drop everything at once? Or is it?
No, I think it's
week by week.
Yeah, because Domas has only seen the first 2 so far. So he's only, at the premiere, they only showed the first 2. He has not seen the rest of the season yet. So I think they're just going to roll it out that way.
I may have asked you this already. I apologize if I have. Are you in it? Do you know?
I don't know. I didn't get in. I don't know. I didn't get interviewed. I didn't get talked to. I'm at every game. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how they, Domas is our guy. We're all going to watch this, but we already know the show ain't the best it can be if Drapes ain't in there. I know. I'm just saying it's not the best. It's a good show, but it ain't the best, Whitey.
I feel badly for the producers because, they're looking at all the interviews and they're looking at the one that you did, obviously, and they're going, oh, this is great. When's this guy on? And someone's saying, oh, Kyle Draper, I don't think we have him on. What?
Season 2,
what?
I think it is. Season 2. Season 2. They made an error maybe in season 1, and we'll do season 2 for them.
So we're looking forward to that, of course.
Yeah, man. I'm excited, man, because to watch the show, too. You got, and one of the things, and you'll hear this coming up at 3:15, Domas talked about was the games he went against LeBron, Anthony Edwards, Tatum. Like, those were the games that are prominently featured. Both players were mic'd up. And so I said, as I'm interviewing Domas, I went and looked at his splits against the Lakers, let's say. And I'm like, dude, you average 18 points, 17 rebounds, and 8 assists against the Lakers. Did you want to send a message, because he knew Netflix was filming and everything? So that's coming up at 3. I don't want to give it away yet, Whitey, but that's coming up at 3:15.
All right. And looking forward to that's October
9th. Yes. Okay. Same day as their first preseason game, too. So, start by watching that during the day. come over here at 2:00 and listen to us, then go to the game. And it's a full day of basketball.
You're set already.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
My Wednesday, October 9th is already set.
And I know Alan was just talking about this, but we're all excited about Monday. And I know Kings fans excited for Media Day, which means camp opens the next day. So here we go. Finally, after long, all the waiting, all summer long, basketball's finally starting again.
Yeah, and remember when they made the deal for DeRozan, we were like, man, I wish the season would start. Let's go. I'm ready. Well, it's finally here, like you said. I mean, we got through rest of July, August, September, and basketball is back, man. Teams are having their media days this week. Ours is on Monday. And think about it. We're less than 2 weeks away from our first game, October 9th.
And it's going to be a huge sports weekend around here with the 49ers getting ready to just,
demolish.
Pull the wings off the Patriots.
Yeah. And we got to make our picks this week. And, Whitey, if I'm correct, 2 weeks ago, you lost.
Bring it. I've been waiting.
You're trying to get out of it, big fella.
I'm not going to come up with my own punishment.
Hey, give me about 20 minutes or so, and I'll have something for you. Like, it might be Eagles related. I'm just saying. It might be.
I still have the right to sign off on it, You don't have the right to just say, here's what you're doing.
Big fella. Come on.
I just want to wait and see.
I worked in cattywampus or whatever the word was. You can give some love to the Eagles.
We'll see.
Right,
I'm open to everything. But I've been waiting to find out what you and Jay had in store for me.
Yeah.
Because I had a miserable week with the picks. A lot of people are, but even by this year's standards, this year has been very odd.
Yeah.
Even by this year's standards, it was a miserable week. It's tough this year.
Yeah, it is tough. I feel like the last 2 weeks, especially, man, this past weekend, I was off. And so I got to redeem myself, too. Now, let me ask you.
I had last night, by the way, but we didn't pick.
Yeah, we didn't pick. I mean, I think hopefully everybody had last night, even though it was a close game.
I had the Giants in 6. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, the number. I forgot.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
You had the Giants in 6?
Yes.
And it was 20-15. Oh, we didn't. I probably would have went with the Cowboys,
I know.
Darn it. Yeah. Darn it. Is Jay a part of this, though? Meaning, if he loses, if he's the bottom rung, does he have to?
I believe he agreed to that. That was my understanding.
I'm good with it.
You ain't gonna welch on that, okay?
Of course not, baby.
Right.
Stand on 10 toe.
Yeah, but again, I think it's also part of the agreement that everybody has to sign off. You can't just unilaterally say, "All right, you got to run around in your underwear down to the mall and come back. Go get him."
Okay, all right.
I mean, if you want to, you can.
But you got to sign off. So give me this hour. I'll come up with something.
I'll tell you what. Since it's Friday, if you don't come up with it today, I'll serve it next week.
Oh,
maybe I'll have double.
You might have to do 2.
Yes,
yeah. The way things are going.
If you don't, that's the type of guy I am.
All right, I like that.
Don't get it into you.
Well, we might have to push something on Media Day, Drapes.
Ooh,
since
a Media Day
tomorrow,
one, right?
Wait till next week in Media Day.
That's against
he already backpedaled. Come on, man.
You let me know.
All right,
let me know.
All right, with me and Jay, I'll come with something.
You would walk in with a Lakers jersey at Media Day.
Oh, can you imagine that?
A Warriors bobblehead at Media Day.
Right. Oh man.
And ask all the players to rub it or something.
Yeah. Probably wouldn't do that.
Wouldn't do that, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
That would be detrimental to the whole effort here of the station.
Yeah.
It's a good idea, though.
Yeah.
Hey, we got some good injury news today for the 49ers. A little bit of good injury news. With Hargrave out, Jordan Elliott would be the guy that would start for him. And then yesterday, Jordan Elliott hurt his foot. But today, he was practicing again. So I know it ain't much, but the way things have been going for the 49ers, any good injury news is big injury news.
Yeah, and multiple guys back at practice, too, Yesterday.
Kittle and Debo.
Yeah, so, I mean, if Debo's back, Kittle's back, Jawan Jennings playing lights out, the offense should be good. Now the question is the defense, too, with the loss of Hargrave. Guys got to step up, man. But, yeah, you're right. So, I mean, let's be honest, though, Whitey.
Yes,
come on, let's keep it real.
That's what we do. What's
against the Patriots? This is like, if there was load management in the NFL, this would be the week to do it, right?
Grapes, any given Sunday, man. Any given Sunday.
You afraid of Jacoby Brissett?
Stevenson, when he eats a full head of steam going, look out. Look out.
Who's the Patriots' top wide receiver? Exactly. We don't know.
Deion Branch.
Right.
Kendrick Bourne.
Wes Welker ain't coming through that door, big fella. So, this is a get-well game, a load management game, if you will, for the Niners this week.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of managing that load, and it's a heavy load right now, yesterday, Kyle Shanahan talked on their Bay Area flagship about CMC, and then today John Lynch talked about it, And it looks like they have their organizational copy points because wouldn't you say, Jay, they pretty much both said it's like they're reading from the same script.
Yeah. You can tell that it was a memo that went out throughout the organization, and you say these 2 or 3 key points, and then the rest you can put in your own words.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they used literally the exact same words. When you sent me something, I was like, those are the exact same words.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back and looked at Shanahan, and that's very interesting.
Yeah. Do we have do we have either one of them? Do we have a Lynch?
Hold on real fast.
Yeah, no, we'll take a quick time out. We'll come back. We'll hear what John Lynch has to say. It's interesting the way the 49ers are trying very hard to frame this with CMC. And we're right back with John Lynch's comments next. So drive, guys. We got Domas and Draper today. Sactown Sports.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Kyle Draper. As the proud sponsor of the Sacramento Kings mop crew, Alsco Uniforms offers certified hygienically clean lab coats, scrubs, bed linens, towels, floor mats, and an array of mops tailored for your healthcare facility. Our services include convenient delivery to your doorstep. Leading the way in healthcare laundry services in Northern California, discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Go to alsco.com to learn more. Again, that's alsco.com.
Time to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Model year-end pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the model year-end event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1. And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get a $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for a second. The person who cut you off earlier, you guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third-party delivery.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Hey, here's a heads up from Amadrock. He says all 10 45-minute episodes of Starting 5 premiere October 9th on Netflix. So according to
So you really can watch it all day.
I thought that's how
Get
they
up
did
early.
the football version. Yeah,
7 a.m. start watching. I might do that.
It's cool in the gang, right?
Yeah, what do you know about that?
Well, I just know that yesterday they played the celebration at the A's game, but then when they played the Tower of Power, it's like that's when I I thought I was already feeling it. It's like, you got to be kidding me! So very hard to go, man.
Yeah, it's the day after, right?
Yeah.
It's, you still feeling it today? Still
not the
feeling it?
same.
Not the same?
It's more, it's kind of like, it's like yesterday I hurt myself. I'm doing better. You know what I mean?
Right.
Pulled something yesterday really bad.
Starting to heal a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that was
Tough
was something.
yesterday.
Yeah. So anyway, speaking of hurts, the 49ers got a injury situation going on there with Christian McCaffrey. Hasn't it been interesting, Drapes, the way they publicly have addressed this? I'm not accusing them of anything. I just think it's interesting. Right?
What do you mean? Like,
it's like they definitely don't want to tell us the truth. So, but at the same time, they can't come out and just blatantly lie. So they're walking that fine line.
But Shanahan's already on record as lying. Initially with the calf issue.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 weeks later, the Achilles was mentioned.
Sure.
So, we can accuse them of lying because they have lied. But they are, I think they're misogynists, not because of the league, the NFL.
For a minute, I thought you were saying they're misogynists, and I was like,
"Oh,
what?
Massaging this?"
I understand. That was on me. Like,
yeah, where's your mind going here, big fella? Where's your mind going? But they're doing this, I think, out of they don't want to alarm the fan base. I think, like they don't want this to blow up and become a huge story. I mean, right now, I told you the story in Boston several years ago. They kept saying, "Oh, Shaq will be back. KG will be back." And those guys never came back. I'm talking about during the season.
Mm-hmm.
And so here we are, going into week 4 for the Niners. CMC is still a few weeks away easily, maybe even a month or two, depending on who you listen to. And so I just think, the farther this goes, it's like they just keep kicking it down the road when, why don't they just say, we're looking at a December timetable, or to your point, I think they're just trying to keep it close to the vest right now.
And it's possible, if not probable, that they're not really sure, Yeah. When's he going to be back? I don't know. But here's John Lynch today on the 49er flagship in the Bay Area talking about Christian McCaffrey's injury status.
The same.
Well, I think the bottom line, we kind of, once we put him to injured reserve, I think that was to kind of force a discipline for everyone that, when you have tendonitis, that basically is inflammation. And, it was flared up, bilateral Achilles tendonitis. And so we needed to quiet it down. So the plan was to give it the time to do that. And then at some point in a thoughtful way to ramp him back up. So what he does early and where he goes, he's got people who work on his body and have for a long time. We work and consult with him on that. And now Christian's back here. And at some point we'll get back, we'll have to hit certain markers and we'll try the ramp up and God willing, the thing has quieted down and we can build him back up in a really smart and thoughtful way. Christian, we gotta be really cognizant. Of course, we want him back. He's a game changer for us, but we want him back healthy. And so we'll take the necessary time for that. How much it takes, I don't think anyone knows right now. And we'll start that process, kind of reconvene now that he's back and see where he's at, and we'll get a plan together. That plan's been in the process of being made, but we'll put that plan to action, and we'll update you when need be on how he's doing. But right now we kind of, hopefully we've quieted the thing down enough, and now we can start the process of building back up.
Was this true?
Yeah. How about that? Well, we'll put a plan in place. The plan has been in place, or at least the process of putting the plan together.
Yeah, this sounds they got concepts of a plan, it sounds like.
Exactly.
It's like here's the thing about it, Whitey, listening to John Lynch. He said, they're hoping it quiets down. Who've been really out of action for 2 months now, and it still hasn't quieted down.
I think he phrased it in the past tense, like hopefully it has settled down. He's been on IR, so that's what they're pushing, the idea that he's better now. But again, they don't know. Here's what Kyle Shanahan said yesterday. He said, now we're going to start hitting the rehab harder, try to get him back into football stuff and see how he responds. Wins sooner rather than later. And as far as the going to Germany, Coach Shanahan said, Christian does that more than anybody I've ever been around. He gives a full-time commitment to everything for his body year-round. So he's been doing that stuff while not pushing it hard in rehab. And now we'll probably turn it up here in the next couple of weeks. We'll start testing it out sooner than later, end quote. They just don't know, but for some reason they feel that it's important to keep pushing the positive side of this as much as possible.
Like listening to that, it makes it sound like 2 to 3 weeks or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And, I think, it's almost the reverse. Like they're not, they're getting fans' hopes up high. They're building this up. Yeah, he'll be back. When really, to your point, you said it earlier, maybe they don't know. It's wishful thinking, if you will, regarding CMC. Here's the thing, though. When you look at the Niners, they need CMC in the back half of the season. They don't need to rush him back week 6, week 7, unless, things go totally bad here over the next 3 weeks. So I'm okay with being super extra cautious with him. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like this team is still good enough to win regular season games without CMC. He's too valuable of a player to, if he has a little nick or something like that, rest this guy, especially with the Achilles. You don't want to mess with that. And so to their credit, I'm okay with playing it cautious. But here's the thing. At some point, playing it cautious turns into, oh, snap, he ain't going to be back this season. And so we're clearly not there right now. But if we're still talking like this in week 9, week 10, then I'm concerned.
Sure. Jay and I were exchanging texts on this today, and I don't mean to put words in Jay's mouth, but Jay was saying, what are you saying, Jay? You think just your best guess gut is kind of week 10? See, that would be, everyone would be thrilled. If that were the case, if he were back and he's basically CMC again, I think everyone would be thrilled with that.
Take that.
Yeah.
The bye week is week 9 again this year.
Right.
It looks like it was last week. And I think either you play in week 9 or 8 and see how it responds and give them a couple of weeks, and or you just wait completely and, you give them another, that would be we're week 4, so another month and a half or so.
Yeah.
So now you're kind of talking about pushing up on 4 months of not doing anything. If you're not prepared in 4 months, man, that's an Achilles, that's a ACL, that's something super serious, a quad, something's going to take time. So I just think you either do it at 8 or 10 and see how it responds.
Yeah, there is good news as far as one other 49er returning from injury. Here once again, John Lynch today on the Bay Area 49er flagship on the return, potentially of Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah, so these IR rules, he was non-football injury, which kind of falls under the same rules as, short-term IR. So after this game, we can open his practice window. All signs are indicating that, he'll be okay to do that. So we'll see. We'll kind of judge him throughout this weekend. We'll have some more markers to hit. But getting him back in practice would be a big deal. And then you've got a couple of weeks to work with where you can activate him or just leave him practicing. So I think we can kind of assess that as it comes. But Ricky's doing really well. He's put in the work. He's very eager to get back out there, but it's our job to make sure he's ready when he gets back. And but he'll be a great addition. He's we drafted him for a reason. We're really excited about possibly getting him back sometime in the near future, and he's trending in a really good direction.
I need Ricky P back next week. Who do they play next week? Arizona. Where's Ricky P from? He was born in Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay. That's what you're talking there.
Yeah.
Okay. You need him back for just for that purposes, or the team desperately needs him back?
They could sure use him.
Yeah.
Assuming that he can hang on to the football.
Right.
But that would be such a lift for him in so many ways.
Yeah.
The team could use a little of that right now.
Yeah, I think so. And, but when I look at this Niners wide receiving core, and I said this maybe 4 weeks ago, I thought it was very thin. But Juwan Jennings has showed me something.
Mm-hmm.
And, now, if Ricky P comes back, Juwan, Debo, Ayuk, now you got, arguably, the best wide receiving core in the league. How do you use that if you're Kyle Shanahan? You know what I mean? It's, if I'm Juwan Jennings, I need to be out there.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't no third down receiver or anything like that. I need to be out there. And Ricky P is your first round pick. And so they got an embarrassment of riches once everyone gets healthy.
Shocking moment yesterday in our fantasy football league here. I'm not in the league, but I witnessed this yesterday. Here Kyle is singing the praises, understandably, of Juwan Jennings. Yesterday, the current fantasy owner of Juwan Jennings offered to trade him to Kyle Draper.
Yeah.
Right?
How do you know about that?
I was right here when he asked you.
Oh, yeah. And I shot it down,
You
right?
said, no, thanks.
No, because here's the thing, man. He's trying to sell high. Juwan Jennings
Kyle
might,
Ledbetter's like, do you want Juwan Jennings?
dude, he might come crashing back down to earth. You know what I mean? It's like a stock. I need some long-term performance here before I buy in. I don't need just one, day of good, returns. I need some long-term investment. Talk to me, Kyle Ledbetter, after 4 weeks of this. Then I'll make a deal with you.
He offered you somebody else, dude, and I can't remember who it was.
Did he really?
Yeah,
And I play him this week. So
that's what I thought.
Think about that,
Yeah.
Whitey. Why would he want to trade Juwan Jennings the week he plays me if he thought Juwan Jennings was actually that good?
Maybe he just doesn't realize. Maybe you missed an opportunity.
He might know something
break him
I
in
don't.
half this week.
I'm looking at his lineup right now. He does not have Juwan Jennings even in his starting lineup right now. Why would you do that, Kyle Ledbetter?
And who are your receivers, if we may ask?
I got let's see who I got. Garrett Wilson, T. Higgins.
Oh, okay.
So I'm solid.
Yeah.
I'm solid.
Yeah,
Those are the.
You know what you're doing?
What? Yeah, I understand what I'm doing. So, and then who do I got on my bench? Puka, but he's hurt. That's killing me. Jacoby Myers and Judy as well. See, so I'm not bad.
More on the Niners when Rod Brooks joins us. He's not a big fan of Thursday Night Football, is he?
No, not at all. He was heated last night about it.
We'll find out why when Rod Brooks joins us next on Sactown Sports.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting their focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884. Who's ready for some fun on Saturday? Country in the Park 2 takes over Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Dierks Bentley, Harmony, Sasha, plus line dancing and a mechanical bull, axe throwing, pop-up clothing stores, and food trucks. Tickets start as low as $52 at CITPfest.com. Grab your family and join us for Country in the Park 2 this Saturday at Heart Health Park. More at CITPfest.com.
Brought to you by A&A Concrete Supply, Folsom Hotel, and Corbell, California, Champaign.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all four arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
Insurance companies perform a very valuable service, but they want to keep their money. Although most cases settle before trial, it is paramount that the insurance companies know that if pressed, your legal team has the experience to take your case all the way. For 25 years, Ashton & Price has earned the reputation that if the insurance company isn't fair, we're ready to force them to be fair. My mom used to warn me, wait till dad gets home. Think of us as dad. The best part, there's no fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Fall's right around the corner, and there's no better way to experience nature and everything that Northern California has to offer than in a Jeep. And right now, it's Jeep Adventure Days at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And they've got the deals and selection for you. From sales to service, they're going to prove to you why they deserve your business. Their GM, Chuck Dean, he has this talent of not only getting you the best deal in town, but he also is able to build an inventory that other dealers are jealous of. SacSuperstore.com and located off of Business 80 across from Hagen Oaks Golf Course. Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Sponsored by Xfinity Internet. Enjoy ultimate control of your home network. Personalize your Wi-Fi name and password. Assign user profiles, view and control connected devices, and more with the Xfinity Internet app.
I was afraid.
It's the Tribe Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
See much of Thursday Night Football last night? Wow. The Dallas Cowboys hang on and beat the Giants 20-15. Our next guest, based on what he posted today, think he's had it with Thursday Night Football. You know him, of course, as an NBC Sports Bay Area 49er pre- and post-game host and analyst. Rod Brooks back with us. Rod, you've just about had it with Thursday Night Football, huh?
Yeah, I have. But wait a minute, though. Wait a minute, man. Y'all always come in with the righteous tunes.
Yeah.
We're not going to let y'all rocking that microphone theme from the great Eric B. and the God Rakim. We're not going to
Rod, what you know about that, man? What you know about that, Rod Brooks? What you know about that?
You know what? You better watch your mouth. I put the O's in old school. Right? I'm proud to say that.
Hey, are you a drummer? I saw also on your Twitter profile that you're a drummer, Rod. Is that true?
Yeah. I beat him in the submission every now and again. Sure.
Where can we hear some of your work? Is there any place?
Oh, you know. You don't want that. No. No, you know, I play with some friends, and you know, it's for me really, it's primal scream therapy. You know, you get out of the car after being in traffic for God knows how long. Y'all know how it is here in Northern California. Get on the drums, man, and you just you beat the life out of them. So yeah, no, I've been doing it now for I guess maybe 15 years. It's just something I thought I'd teach myself how to do, and I love it.
Yeah, because I'll just say this, and I know we're talking football here, but most people, if they're not very good at something, they don't advertise it. You know what I mean, Drape? So Rod says, and he just throws it in there. You know, he says host, radio, TV, is drummer. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I bet he's got some skills. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I get down. I mean, I'm not going to pat myself on the back, but, you know, have drum set will travel, no doubt.
Very nice. Very nice. But Thursday Night Football, you ready to beat that into submission?
Nah, man. I mean, it's over.
Damn.
Listen, I think I'm you know, in like company here. We all love football, but when's the last time you got a Thursday night matchup that A, you were excited about, and B, even if you were not excited about it, actually was a game where you felt like it was worth your 3 hours and change in watching. Last night, you know, Cowboys Giants was just another example of it. Thursday Night Football is just, if you call it mid, I think you're giving it too much credit. It's just not good. It's not good football. And I wonder, how long is Amazon going to keep paying the billions of dollars it's paying for a product that's just not very good? Because guys aren't rested, you know, coming off a Sunday, you know, 3-hour car crash. Guys are getting hurt because they haven't had the recovery time. The officiating is terrible. I mean, it's just bad football all the way around.
I hear you, Rod, but let me ask you this. Is bad football better than no football?
Now, see, that's the age-old question, because will I sit down and watch bad football? Yes, because I'm a hypocrite, because I love football. But the thing, though, is maybe just one more day. What if it was done, and maybe this won't make a difference, but what if it was done on Friday instead of Thursday? For me, it's just about the quality of football, but more importantly, player health, because those guys just have not had the right amount of time to recover before they go out there and play another football game. And you can't tell me that the injuries, and listen, I hate the Cowboys, but I don't want to see anybody get hurt. You can't tell me that the injuries suffered by Cowboy players last night didn't have anything to do with them only being 4 days removed from their last football game.
Yeah, we're catching up, of course, with Rod Brooks. For all the talk of the injuries that 49ers are dealing with offensively, Rod, isn't the defense right now actually a bigger problem, a bigger impediment to their actual winning of games?
No, without a doubt. I mean, that is the biggest issue, and it's the issue that needs to be fixed immediately, because now you are putting pressure on the Niner offense. I think can handle it, especially now that you're getting Kittle back. Looks like Debo's coming back. McCaffrey, knock on wood, hopefully sooner rather than later. But that puts a lot of pressure. This bad Niner defense, really in all three levels, puts a lot of pressure on that offense to be flawless, quite frankly. They have to score, and they have to score touchdowns, because this is the defense that is not stopping the run. They're not getting enough pressure on the quarterback, with the exception of Bosa. Linebackers in coverage, with the exception of Fred Warner, absolutely not good. And you have a secondary that you have inexperience. There might be a talent issue or two, and you have, a lack of communication. So until this defense gets fixed, all the pressure is on the offense. Like I said, be flawless, and you can't have guys dropping passes. You know what I mean? You can't have special teams mistakes, in punt coverage or, the obvious in missing field goals. So until this Niner defense doesn't, because it's not going to be, but it doesn't have to be like 2022, but it can't be statistically as it is right now in way too many categories, one of the worst in all of football. They're allowing 6 yards per play. That's 30th in the league out of 32 teams. They're giving up 23 points a game. That's 21st. The success rate for opposing teams running the ball is 52%. That's 28th. They're 21st in rush yards per attempt against 4.5. I could keep going and on down the list. The only team that is worse statistically defensively than the Niners, the team they're playing Sunday in New England. They have some pretty bad defensive stats too, particularly in pass defense. Niners got to fix that before they're even thinking about, forget about winning a Super Bowl or playing for a Super Bowl. They're not going to be able to beat some of these head-knocking teams they got coming up, starting with the Kansas City Chiefs in a few weeks.
Hey, Rod, I'll start off by saying everybody knows I'm an Eagles guy, but I feel like the last 2 years we go into the season on paper. This is the best team in the NFL. This defense should wreak havoc. Last year, Steve Wilkes was the fall guy. Who's it going to be this year? Where's the buck going to stop? Is it Shanahan? Is it Sorensen? The player's just not good enough. What are you seeing here through the first 3 weeks?
First off, don't you have your own set of problems? I'm just kidding. I'm playing.
I'm nervous about my Eagles. We're not looking good. We 2-1, but we're not looking good. I understand that.
Hey, but you know what, though? The Niners and the Eagles are looking better than the Cowboys. So can we come together on that? All right, then. There we go. I mean, listen, man, these are all legitimate questions. I think a couple of things. I am a Kyle Shanahan, I don't want to say fan. It's not because I'm trying to paint myself different than a Kyle Shanahan fan, but I want to use a word where I think he's an extremely good coach. Now, that doesn't mean he's perfect. He does have flaws, but I think you are much better off with Kyle Shanahan than you are without Kyle Shanahan. I believe that's the best way to put it. So this idea that he's on the hot seat, I know that's not necessarily what you're asking, but this idea that he's on the hot seat because this team is underperforming here, still in the very early goings of the season after they just went to the Super Bowl, I'm not buying that. There's a lot of pressure on Nick Sorensen, though. We're talking about music earlier. It's like the new guy in the band. The new guy comes into a band, all of a sudden the band's not gelling. They always don't look at the new guy. That's what Metallica did when Jason Newsted showed up. Things weren't gelling, and all of a sudden it was Jason Newsted's fault. So you're gonna look at Sorensen and be like, hey man, what's the deal? Because again, on all three levels of this defense, they're not very good, starting with their inability to stop the run. So Sorensen is going to get a lot of looks, but really for me, it's a talent thing, man. You have guys who are not living up to what they should be, like Leonard Floyd. You don't have Dre Greenlaw, which means you had to put Devondre Campbell in there, and he is absolutely getting picked on. Opposing quarterbacks, their rating when they target Devondre Campbell is 125. So you don't have Dre Greenlaw in there because he's hurt. You put Devondre Campbell in, and all of a sudden now he's a liability in coverage. I'm a big fan of Charvarius Ward. He made the Niners a much better defense last year, but he hasn't played particularly well. And they have, as I mentioned earlier, they have some issues in the secondary where you just have guys who are maybe just not that good. So for me right now, a hard time going, again, I know you're not necessarily asking this. I have a hard time looking and going, what's the coach's fault? Yeah, they bear some responsibility because you win as a team, you lose as a team. But I think the Niners' biggest problem overall is personnel, is talent. You're missing some guys that you desperately need, and the guys you replace them with just aren't getting the job done.
Yeah, you didn't even mention Yadam and his, passer rating against is
there you go. Yeah.
Obscene. Yeah, I agree with you. And you mentioned it. I was just going to ask you. You touched on it there. The 49ers missed Dre Greenlaw maybe even more than they thought they would, right?
Oh, I think they knew they missed Dre Greenlaw in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, they knew it, and that's why they tried to replace him with Hendrickson that didn't work. He decided he didn't want to come to the Niners for whatever reason that he has a right to do, and he decides to go to the Cowboys. And I was looking at his stat. Gosh, I wonder if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. Kendrick's, his Pro Football Focus grades, if you take what they do seriously, he's 30th in coverage, number 21 graded linebacker by PFF overall. You look at Campbell, he's 57th overall. He's number 64 in coverage. So Kendrick's, if he's out there with Fred Warner and flagging fouls, maybe the Niners don't have as big of a hole in coverage as they do at linebacker with Campbell. So yeah, man, until a little bit deeper into the season, I'm just looking at the guys who are out there. And you mentioned Yidam. It's not happening for him either. He's already been hit for PI. 110 rating allowed against the Rams. So it's just not working from a talent standpoint. And those guys have to get better, but everybody's got to get better.
Yeah. Hey, Rod, you got the Patriots coming into town this weekend. Do they do anything that could have scared San Francisco?
Yeah, run the ball.
Ramondre
Stevenson. Hey, man. That's a big dude. and he can run the ball.
But he's a fumble factory this year so far. He's a fumble factory.
No, he is. But when he gets going, that means, he's got a lather, and that means the Patriots offense is doing what they want to do. I mean, really for the Niners, it's very simple against the Patriots, but it lines up against what the Niners have not done. You stop the run game for the Patriots and make them have to use Jacoby Brissett, and their two top receivers are tight ends, starting with Hunter Henry. But if you make them a passing first team, then you got them. But with the Niners showing, as we've seen now over these first 3 weeks, an inability to stop the run as much as they need to, that's the thing that can be scary. I think the Niners are going to win the game, no doubt. But this does set up to focus on a pressure point for the Niners defensively that has been very obvious, which is their inability to stop the run. But if Stevenson and Antonio Gibson, the other running back, if they get going and the Niners aren't stopping the run, and the next thing you know, Brissett's comfortable, and Hunter Henry, who against the Seahawks a couple of weeks ago, even though the Patriots lost that game 23-20, Hunter Henry had like 11 catches for well over 100 yards, something crazy like that. So, yeah, it's the Niners are favored, and rightfully so, but this ain't a game where the Niners go, yeah, we got these guys. They got to knuckle up and stop the run first and foremost.
All right, Rod, we appreciate it. Before we let you go, how about our homework assignment? What drummer do you recommend this week before we talk to you next week? Who do we need to listen to? Any
you know
genre?
what?
Yeah.
I just ran across a video, Drumeo. It's, if a drummer like me, Drumeo is a place you go to just watch some videos or whatever. And they did hour-long sit-down behind a drum kit with Stuart Copeland of the Police.
My favorite.
Really? Yeah.
Dave Grohl and Keith Moon, those are my guys. Those are who got me into drumming. But Stuart Copeland is number 3. He's right there. He's absolutely one of my favorites. One of the most unique drummers, I think, in the history of rock and roll. But yeah, man, I kind of went down a rabbit hole with Copeland and the Police, one of my favorite bands.
Yes.
Just kind of got that feeling again. It was like, oh man, I love these guys. So yeah, Stuart Copeland of the Police, dude. He is an absolute beast.
I love Stuart Copeland.
There you
Great
go.
answer.
All right,
Great answer.
all right.
Yeah. Thank you, Rod. We appreciate it. We'll see you on TV. Enjoy the game. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, you guys have a great week.
All right.
Yeah. How about that?
That's good stuff.
The 49ers are favorites this week. You know how much they're favored by? Have you seen?
10.5. I'm just guessing.
Last I saw was 10.
Okay.
Yeah. And we'll tell you why that number is something that should frighten 49er fans when we come right back to Sactown Sports.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
What's going on? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. Chad, what's happening for Jeep Adventure Days?
Right now, save up to $12,000 off MSRP on new 2023 Dodge Charger SXTs, starting as low as $28,715. These are some of the most fun cars you'll ever drive, and there's just a handful left, so don't wait and miss your chance.
Any other big deals?
Save money and gas when you save up to $17,000 off MSRP on all remaining new 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xEs, which get up to 56 MPGe.
Don't miss this savings. See their full inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
12,000 total net savings after 3420 factory rebates and 8580 dealer discount. Rebates may include 500 trade-in assistance. Must have qualifying trade-in. 17,000 total net savings after 4250 factory rebates and 12,750 dealer discount. Rebates include 3750 federal EV tax credit offered by third party, subject to change without notice. Consult a tax professional for eligibility. 5H net savings. See dealer for details.
When I want to stretch out after a long day, my sofa needs to be comfortable, but it also needs to look attractive and inviting when guests come to visit. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. We spend so much time on our living room sofas that we forget they're a focal point and a hint to our decorating tastes. Right now, during Naturewood Home Furnishings sofa sale, you can save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive custom-ordered flex steel furniture. Whether you're interested in a new sofa, sectional, or recliner, you can choose from hundreds of colors and fabrics. Nobody has more styles and choices than Naturewood Home Furnishings. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop Naturewood for the look you love at a price you'll love even more. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable sofa sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Hey, October's already heating up on the Sactown Sports live events calendar. Enjoy family fun at Dave's Pumpkin Patch in West Sacramento all month long. Pick your perfect pumpkin, navigate the corn maze, jump on a massive jumping pillow, and create unforgettable memories for the kids. On October 20th, don't miss Renee Vaca at the Crest Theater for a night of laughs and entertainment. And mark your calendar for Sinners and Saints, the region's best Halloween party on October 26th at the venue at Thunder Valley, complete with a $5,000 costume contest. It's the most spectacular event of the season. Looking ahead into November, join us for Legends of Motown at the venue at Thunder Valley November 23rd, bringing you the classic hits that defined a generation. And you're not going to want to miss the Jersey Boys Midtown Men Holiday Show December 8th, also at the venue at Thunder Valley. It's going to be a night filled with festive cheer and old school classics. And stay tuned to Sactown Sports for all your live event updates and your chance to win tickets.
Afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
This is Phil Collins and Philip Michael Bailey. No,
You got it.
Is
Philip
that it?
Bailey. Is that it, Jay? Okay. All right.
This is a smash hit way back when.
That's right. Yeah, I remember this one. Come on, man.
All right, here's the scary thing about the 49ers being 10-point favorites over New England. First of all, what do you guys think of that line, just at first blush?
Probably a little low, to be honest with you.
Really?
I think this is going to be a 27-3 kind of game, something like that. I got Niners easily covering this one.
By the way, I think this is the first time all season we've had a double-digit point spread.
In the NFL, huh?
Yeah, and I think that's a record for the longest, most games without having one, but we'll get to that.
Okay.
Here's the thing. The 49ers right now, record-wise, 1-2, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, double-digit favorites with losing records. 49ers right now.
Losing record, yeah.
Double-digit favorites with losing records since 2003. Against the spread are 35-52-2. 35-52-2.
There's no way that you can't. Right? You can
that's
still
a fact.
That's
you
a
can
fact.
still win
Whitey.
by 5. You can still win the game.
So you're taking the Patriots. From what I'm hearing from you, you're taking the Patriots this week.
Maybe I'm trying to get you to take the Patriots. Maybe I'm pulling a Kyle Ledbetter.
Right.
You want Juwan Jennings?
Right. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I just, like I said, I got this as a route. I got Patriots. I just don't think they're a good team, man. Like, their offense is bad. Look at them what happened against Cincinnati? Anomaly for them.
Yeah.
Like that's not who they are. And I love Gerard Mayo. He's my guy. But they just are bereft of talent. They don't have talent on that Patriots team. And so if this game is close, something went terribly wrong for the Niners.
Or maybe just Ramondre Stevenson ran the ball well and they were able to, they're losing by 14 and they kept it, they kept it close and they kick a late field goal or they score a touchdown. I mean, they do have the wherewithal potentially to make it close. I'll give them credit for this. Everyone, including, I'm sure, everyone on the team is waiting for Drake May to start.
Yes.
And they're being patient when so many teams nowadays, they just can't do that. We got the young guy. We got to get him out there.
Right.
And, their offensive line is not great. So I give them credit for having the discipline to wait until he's more ready and they've got a better offensive line in front of him before throwing him out there and potentially curtailing a good start to his career.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of tuning out the noise, right? I mean, because this is a punt year for them. Like there's no way they thought, they'd be in playoff contention or anything like that. They're not going to throw Drake May out to the Wolves, even though the fan base has been clamoring for it.
Do you remember what your boy, Coach
Tom? Coach?
Yeah. What he said about Drake May outplaying Brissett. Remember in camp? He said, He said Drake May has outplayed Brissett. Then he came back and said, no, I mean, he's played more. So I think what happened is somebody in the front office said, we're not playing him,
right,
Coach. I just meant he's outplayed him. He's played more snaps.
That was a huge controversy out there in New England. Everybody's like, well, if he outplayed him, how come he's not starting there, right?
Oh, no, that's not what I meant.
They don't want their quarterback to get crushed out there, to get killed out there. No weapons really outside of Ramondre Stevenson. And so, back to the point spread of this game, I mean, the Niners are licking their wounds after the last couple of weeks. I would expect them to come out like hungry animals. You got Debo back, Kittle back, probably. Like this is a statement game for them. Like a 17-14 or 23-20 game, that won't quiet the natives. That, people will still be a little bit restless. And so I expect them to lay the wood on the Patriots.
I did some research here on teams getting off to the worst starts who then went on to make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. This isn't necessarily a complete list, but I did find 1996 Jacksonville started 1-4. They went on to finish 9-7, and they made the playoffs in just their second year. 1-4 start, made the playoffs 9-7.
Yeah.
2020 Washington, they started 1-5, and they went on to win the division. Of course, 7-9.
Right. Yeah, I remember that. That was
still
terrible.
They won the division, and nobody has started 0-3 and ever made the Super Bowl. Let's see here. In the history of the NFL, only the 93 Cowboys, the 2001 Patriots, and the 2007 Giants have won the Super Bowl after starting 0-2. I know we're in week 4 now. But it's possible, obviously. Since 1990, 162 teams have opened the season 0-3. 4 of them made the postseason. That's 2.5%.
Okay. So there's still a chance.
Yeah, for Cincinnati and for Tennessee, I guess, and Jacksonville.
I don't know about that. Jacksonville's probably rolling up the carpet, headed home, turning out the lights, maybe firing their coach. I will say this about the Niners, though, why this is a must-win game. You just gave some of them stats. I'm looking at the NFC. And I know the Commanders aren't, the end-all, be-all. They're 2-1. Eagles, 2-1. Vikings, 3-0. Lions, 2-1. Packers, 2-1. So there you got 5 teams right there. Saints 2-1. Buccaneers. I think both those teams are legit playoff caliber teams. Seahawks 3-0. I think Seahawks are a legit 9-10 kind of playoff caliber team. You don't want to fall too far behind. Right. And I know there's still a lot of time left, Whitey. I get that. But only 7 teams get invited to the dance in the NFC. And I got 1, 2, and it's not including the Cowboys. 3, 4. I'm going to throw the Packers in there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teams, including the Niners right now. And that's not including the Cowboys. I didn't throw them in. I didn't throw in the Cardinals or the Rams. And so there's only a finite number of playoff spots. And if you're the Niners, you haven't even gotten to the hard part of your schedule yet. You're supposed to be 3-1 after this week at worst 4-0, perhaps. And you got a chance to maybe be 1-3, 2-2 at best. You're already behind the 8 ball a little bit.
Yeah, but if you're 2-2, you're fine. And you hate that you're 2-2. But to the point you just made, you look at everybody else, we're fine.
Dallas is fine? Dallas fine?
Dallas is other issues.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, record-wise, 2-2, you look around and go, yeah, you're good.
Right.
Sure.
All right.
My
right. Eagles lose to Tampa this week?
Oh, which they will.
They're fine, though, right? They're fine.
Yeah, record-wise, yeah.
No, I'm with you. 2-2, yeah.
Yeah, that's why your teams win over the Saints. That's a bad loss for the Saints.
Bad loss.
That's a big difference right now.
Yeah, Saints could be 3-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saints could be 3-0.
Now, if you're locked in on, we need home field, like the 49ers have, they've talked about that in recent years, then it's like, well, we'll see about that.
Right.
But as far as getting in, 2-2, and they're not 2-2 yet, but 2-2.
Yeah, you got to get this one.
Yeah.
You got it 100%. You got it. It's a must win. You're 1-3 and 2-2. Because you said it. 2-2, you're fine. 1-3,
you're not fine. You're not fine.
You're not fine. You can still do some damage.
It ain't good.
Right. It's a little bit different. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's what's shocking. And Eagles should be 3-0. You know that, right? Philly should be 3-0.
Yeah.
Damn. We might have been the worst 3-0 team in the league, too. Like, it's just scraping by. But
who is the worst 3-0 team in the league? I think it's Seattle.
Yeah, their schedule's been pretty weak so far. I give you that. I was going to say Pittsburgh, but I like their coaching. I like the way they play, the style they play as well.
You may be right. It may be Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think between those two. And Minnesota, I like their defense is legit. They got some weapons offensively. Yeah, it's either Seattle or Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Minnesota's kind of scary good. I don't necessarily see them, suffering a drastic market correction.
Yeah.
I don't really think they're overplaying. They're playing over their heads that much at this point.
This is who they are.
Long way to go, though. Long way to go. Hey, Drapes and Domas one-on-one is coming up in just a little bit. And up next, tell you why so many Kings fans are so excited about Jimmy Butler again as we get you ready for Drapes and Domas next on Sactown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
They say the hardest part of getting something done is getting started. Well, we did that 30 years ago when California first took on the tobacco industry. Now, smoking is down 60%, lung cancer 42%. A couple of our cities have already ended tobacco sales. A California without big tobacco isn't just possible, it's already happening. See our progress at undo.org.
Tired of ads interrupting your favorite news podcasts? Good news! Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership. Stay up to date on everything newsworthy with podcasts like The Daily, Up First, and 5 Things Uninterrupted at amazon.com/ad-free. Just head to amazon.com/ad-free to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531. 808-2531.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports, 1140. Live and local. It's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Coming up, we got Drapes and Domas. Kyle Draper's one-on-one with Domantas Sabonis. About 10 minutes away here on Sactown Sports. Looking forward to that. We were going to talk about Jimmy Butler and why some Kings fans are starting to murmur a little bit about Jimmy Butler. We'll have to push that aside. We'll get to it. We'll have to push it to the back burner for now because Drapes has found something that he says we need to talk about. It's 49er related. I think it's a big nothing burger, Drapes, but
well, I'm just looking on social media, man, and
I'm just kidding. It's a bad look.
It's a bad look, and according to Grant Cohn pointed this out, wrote about it as well. Kyle Shanahan and Brandon Ayuk got into a little tiff, if you will, over the color of shorts that Brandon Ayuk was wearing.
And there's video.
As well.
There he is, taking off his.
You see, yeah. All right, so
Ayuk taking off his shorts.
Let me set the scene.
Yes.
Brandon Ayuk was wearing red shorts. Everybody else at practice today wearing black shorts. Kyle Shanahan walks over, has some words with Ayuk.
And there's video of that.
There's video of that. Yeah. Yep. There's video proof, if you will. They talk for about a minute or so, something like that. Shanahan's pointing. Shanahan walks away, and Ayuk disrobes, takes off the red shorts, kicks them across the field, and puts on the black shorts. And I'm like, dang. It's I'm looking at, some of the tweets about this.
Isn't it interesting that he had the black shorts handy like he knew?
Yeah.
I'm like, I need these. I'm going to see if I can get away with my red shorts.
Right. What's going on there with Ayuk, man? It's and like I said, Grant Cohn wrote about this, and he had a little clickbait headline: 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan chews out Brandon Ayuk for wearing red shorts. You just watched the video. I don't know if it's chewing out or anything like that, but dude, if everybody's wearing black, why are you showing up with red?
Right. And that is definitely the type of thing that Shanahan would feel the need to say, nope, you're part of the team. You're setting yourself apart. Shanahan, with a grin after practice, said, I wish I could wear different shorts. Grant Cohn, who is a known Shanahan critic, he does in this piece, he says, I agree with Shanahan on this. It looks like 49ers paid all that money to the wrong guy.
Ooh.
So not a big deal, but it is a little bit, does make you go, really? With everything else they got going on, now they got an issue over what color shorts somebody's wearing?
I was going to ask you, big deal, no deal, medium deal? Because here's the thing. If Ayuk was playing lights out, playing great, probably not a big deal. Dude held out, basically. Hasn't played well. And he's going against, quote-unquote, team rules, if you will, team protocol. It's like, dude, you're not playing well enough to go out there and wear red shorts.
Does stand out. Look,
everybody's got black on, right?
Even the guy that's officiating practice, yeah.
Yeah. And the best part about the video is when Ayuk takes off the red shorts and gives him a little kick, like a little kid.
Yeah.
Like a little kid throwing a tantrum, if you will. And then where'd the black shorts come from, though, Whitey? He had them on, right?
He had them on under.
He had them on under.
Yeah, tights and black shorts.
Jay, what do you read into this?
Oh, man, come on. Just move on.
Jay, so this ain't something. This ain't something.
Dude got paid $120 million, man. Take them shorts off and shut up.
I agree, but why did not wear them in the first place?
Might not got the
shoes
the memo
off
today.
Shoes are coming off. Yeah, he has tights on underneath there. Here come the
and watch him kick it right.
Shorts.
All right,
he didn't kick it. He missed it. No. He was trying to kick it off and fling it off his leg.
Now look at him.
All right, Kyle Cohn.
Look at, come on, Jay. He tried to kick him.
Yeah, and the black shorts are right there.
They're right there. as my guy Campio says.
How many shorts do you need to wear to practice at one time?
When struggling, the little things become big things. If you're 3-0, didn't have a contract dispute, playing your best football ever, all right, move on.
Yeah.
The fact that he's struggling right now, held out for more money, it's not a good look. Whitey, can we at least say it's not?
But on the other hand,
For
he
him?
said he
Yes.
talked to Shanahan, he went along with it, and then you move on. It would have been a big thing if he said, no, I'm wearing my red shorts. Well, you're out of here then. Then you got something. This is
He didn't want to take that fine. He knew what was coming next.
Yeah. He's going to have a bust-out game. He's the 49ers bust-out star of the week.
Dude, let me ask you this, though. He might be. That's, I'm an IU guy. Does it really matter what kind of shorts you wear? Or,
no.
You know what I mean, Jay? It's like you got to be all in the same uniform. Like, I don't know. It's practice.
If they've talked about that, then it's a thing, And apparently everyone else is wearing black shorts. That's a coach who feels like, as I said earlier, the culture is there's a few shakes here. Maybe not cracks, but hey, you got the wrong color shorts on, Brandon. Let's go, BA.
And is that
crisis averse?
Is that a player saying, you know what? You can't tell me. I'm going to do my own thing.
Apparently not, because he had the black shorts on underneath.
There's something behind that. It may not be big, guys. I'm not blowing, but we haven't seen this before from Brandon Ayuk. We haven't seen it. Hasn't made new. What?
Remember, he was in the doghouse a couple of years ago in the beginning of the offseason, and he was doing some things, not coming on time, and he's had a little bit of a go against the grain attitude with the 49ers.
I would also humbly suggest that it's possible things very much like this have happened in the past, and no one was recording him, and we never knew about it.
And who, if it was, a Joe Schmo offensive lineman, we wouldn't care.
Right.
But because it's Brandon Ayuk and the way Jay says he didn't kick the shorts. Dude, he was trying to send those shorts about 30 yards down.
They were still on his foot.
Yeah.
It's like, how they're cuffed on your ankle. You're trying to kick them off. You fling them off.
Yeah.
Hey. So let me.
We got an eagle and a raider trying to talk about flinging short.
No, but let's keep it real. Let's keep it real here. The headlines that media members are putting out there, blowing it way out of proportion. For instance, Kyle Shanahan chews out Brandon Ayuk for wearing red shorts.
Yeah, I didn't see
everything Grant Cohn does is over the top, bro, when it comes to Shanahan and the 49ers. You know that.
I have to give him some credit, I guess. He broke this story, and other people are running with it. So
how about Warren Sharp? You guys know who that is? I don't know him.
Heard the name.
385,000 followers. I don't know what that means. Brandon Ayuk throwing a temper tantrum.
No,
because Kyle made him follow the dress code. Is that a temper tantrum? I'm just asking.
I don't think so. Do you honestly?
Nah, that's not. I mean,
yeah. Amadrock says it's like a dad telling a kid to act right, and the kid throws a fit and still does it. Campio asks, is it Ayuk's problem or Shanahan's problem?
Damn, see, they're blowing this up too. It's not just me, man. Fellas, I'm not trying to say it's a big deal.
I get what you're saying.
But it's not a good sign.
Yes,
it just doesn't. If it was any other player, okay. But Ayuk
struggling. No, that's a lie. Brock Purdy does that. That's news everywhere.
Well, we don't think there's a bigger issue. It may be news, but it's not, is he upset? Is he a malcontent? Brock Purdy ain't throwing no temper tantrum. Taking off shorts.
Did Brandon Ayuk throw one?
It wouldn't be characterized like that. That's what I'm saying. But because it's Ayuk, people are going to look at it and say it's a temper tantrum.
I think it's a good sign. I think it's a positive.
Whitey, come on.
Here's why. This guy. No, because you got Ayuk, and he's wearing the red shorts, and the coach comes over, doesn't chew him out, but says, hey, you got to wear the black shorts. And Ayuk, maybe he wasn't overly joy with it, but he did. He fell in.
Nah, play the video again. Whitey, take a look.
He's talking to him,
because he talked to him for about a minute or so. It wasn't hey man, can you just put on the red shirt? I mean, the black shorts.
What happened
black
when
today.
they were done talking? What happened?
No, man, why did it take a minute to talk about it?
I don't know. I wasn't privy to their conversation.
I don't.
Maybe Shanahan started with a little, hey, what's going on? How are you?
I'm just saying.
You see that A's game yesterday?
Right.
By the way, the shorts.
And it may have been, but because it's Ayuk. And because the nature of the contract negotiations, because he is not playing well right now, this becomes a little something. That's all I'm saying. It may not drag on. It may not impact Sunday at all, but of all players for this to happen to? If I'm Ayuk, I'm making sure, because I'm not playing well enough to be going rogue and doing what I need to make sure I'm on point. Yes, coach, whatever you say, coach. Mm-hmm. I'm at practice early. I'm staying late catching balls. I'm doing whatever I can to get back to the level I was last year.
How many catches does he need this week for you to say, okay, it's nothing?
No, I mean, it's not a big deal, but we just spent 9 minutes talking about it. You know what I mean? And it has nothing to do with catches on Sunday. I'm just saying it's interesting. It's of all the players on the team, Brandon Ayuk decides to wear a different color. He'd probably be the one you'd guess.
If somebody was wearing the wrong color shorts to practice, who would it be? Brandon Ayuk would probably be the first guess.
Yeah.
You're trying to basically, are you saying he now that he's got his money, he's rebelling, he wants to be traded? Is that where you're trying to go with it?
No, CJ, you made a leap. I'm saying now that he got his money, you can't tell him anything. You know what I mean? When you got new money and a contract in your back pocket, you walking around chest out a little bit, got a little bit of extra bling or something like that. That's the vibe that I got from this. Not that it's a big problem. It's that, you know what, this is a guy who got his money now, and he might be feeling himself a little bit.
He got a lot of money. He wanted to show everybody, look, I have enough money to buy red shorts.
Right.
He's the LeBron James of the 49ers.
There you go. There you go. Oh, we got Domas coming up with Kyle Draper.
Yes.
Talking a lot about the Netflix series, right?
Yeah, and, talking to Domas made me so much more excited to see it. You know, the thing that, and you'll hear this in the interview, like, they had all access. The moment he woke up, cameras were in his face. Like, they were in his house, in his bedroom. Not like that. Pause. But, but they were there. Right? So, yeah, I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, and we've got access to Kyle Draper's house. You can see that, too, in the interview. Coming up, Domas and Drapes next, Sactown Sports.
What's going on? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, a Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for Ram Power Days?
Well, welcome back to the Drive. It is my pleasure to be joined by All-NBA performer, three-time All-Star, and the star
of Starting Five on Netflix. My guy, Domantas Sabonis. Domas, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's up? How are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm great, man. First of all, we're going to dive into Starting Five, but what's this offseason been like for you, man? You had Hollywood premieres and everything. You're on the red carpet. What's it been like for you?
It's been fun. Kind of the usual. I keep busy in the summer. If it's national team, going back home, traveling, getting workouts in, and just threw in a red carpet this year.
All right, so coming up on October 9th, Starting Five on Netflix drop. It's you, Jimmy Butler, Ant Edwards, LeBron James, and Domantas Sabonis. I got to go back to the beginning. How the heck did you become a part of this? Like, did they approach you? Because you're more of a laid-back, quiet kind of guy.
Yeah, they came. They approached me right before summer ended, even before training camp, and they asked me if I wanted to do this. Obviously, family, me, my wife, everyone's super excited, but also a bit scary, because we're kind of more laid back, private. Like, how is this going to work? But knowing, obviously, Netflix is a huge production. They did quarterbacks, receiver, the golf show, Formula One. So we obviously knew it was a great opportunity to shine light on Sacramento, the Kings. Ever since I got here, we've been doing great things, and it's going to be awesome for the world to see, what's actually going on here. And I thought we just had to take advantage of it.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it on October 9th. Seeing some clips so far, it looks pretty good. Did you have to convince your wife, Shoshana, to allow this to happen, or was she all on board with this?
Oh, she's on board. There was more me. It was more me. We both wanted to. It was just that little scary part, at first. But once we got over that hump, it was okay. We're all in.
All right. So take me through it, man. How much access did you allow them? I know the basketball side, but they were at your home too. Were they on the road with you? How much access did they have?
Oh, wow. They had a lot. They were everywhere. There was cameras all the time. Wake up, cameras in your face, following you in the bathroom, trying to get anywhere you were, so definitely got some time getting used to, but once we got used to, it was kind of smooth.
So have you seen all the episodes, all 10 episodes already? Have you seen it?
No, we just saw the first 2 episodes at the premiere, and that's it. They filmed so much, all year long. They filmed so much. They came last year. They were even a part of like 10 practices they were filming, the whole crew there while we're practicing. So there's a lot that's going to be in there. At the end of the day, they probably only used 20% of it, but they had to get all the content. So, it was a lot more work on our side.
What's it like seeing yourself on screen like that? I know you could watch yourself on film, playing basketball, doing interviews and things like that. But was this a little bit different for you?
Yeah, I can definitely watch myself playing basketball. But in that theater, I was melting in my chair. Like, oh, my God, here we go. But, you kind of just, it was more the first couple of minutes, and then you're like, okay, fine. Okay, we can do this. Let's go.
Right. And I know your family's a big part of it also, your dad, your children as well. What does it mean to you to, ultimately have these memories that are going to last a lifetime of all you guys?
Yeah, it's really cool. Like you said, my dad's a big part of it too. He's in it. He's speaking. Also, my wife, my kids. So it's cool, to have all this footage of us, it's going to be awesome to look back when we're older and just see everything how we were, So I think it's cool, it kind of shows how a legacy is being built, my dad, me, and then hopefully, my son can carry on the tradition.
Right. What does it mean to you? I mean, you're over there with LeBron's a part of it, Tatum, Butler, Ant-Man, and yourself. You guys sort of have a bond now, I guess. What does that mean to you to have the respect of your peers and be on it with those guys?
Yeah, the NBA is a brotherhood, so I feel like everyone has that bond already. This kind of maybe made us a bit closer, during the season. We knew every time we played against one of those guys, both that whole game was being filmed because, you got both players were mic'd, so, you definitely saw everything, so obviously no one knew at the time, but we knew when we were playing against each other that those were the focused games that were going to be filmed. So it's definitely cool, to get this experience and be able to show Sacramento.
All right, so I'm looking up your splits right now. I got to see your splits against the Lakers. We know the Kings dominated the Lakers last season, but your stats last year against the Lakers, 18.5 points, 17.5 rebounds, 8.5 assists,
Did you go a little extra hard on those guys because you knew it was going to be in the video?
I think you know me by now. I don't think nothing's gonna affect me. You know, I'm ready to go once that ball is ready. You know, so I was just being myself and going out there and playing hard.
Tell me what we're going to see in the first episode that comes out October 9th. You got to see it. Yeah. Just give me your critique on what you saw in that first video.
It's awesome. You know, the first 2 episodes, they show all the athletes, everyone's life. They're kind of just introducing. They're introducing everyone a little bit about their lives, where they grew up. You know, just the first 2 episodes are basically putting the show out there, which to me is funny because it's just introducing everyone. But I feel like there's so much out there already, and I know how much we film. So I'm like, wow, there's going to be – it feels like it's a lot, just the first episodes, but that's only the introduction. Then it gets really deep into it. So I'm just very excited. It's going to be good. It's funny. You know, you get to see everyone's personalities, and it's going to be really good.
Was there ever a point during filming where you said, all right, fellas, I'm trying to go to the bathroom. Can I get my space? Or I'm trying to, hang with the wife. Like, was there ever a point where you were like, I don't know if I want this film, boys?
It's tough. You know me, I'm a trooper. I'm just going to go with whatever it is and make it work. I've also had, my kids were there all the time. So, you kind of forget they're filming and you're in dad mode, you're not going to change or anything. So that's where I feel like the show is good because it gets everyone's real self.
Yeah, I know that about you. No doubt about that. When you look at it, what are some of the moments that I guess stand out to you that we might be able to see once this series airs starting October 9th?
The coolest part is that, people think, we're just basketball players or whatever, and you really see behind the scenes how much sacrifice and effort and stuff that's put in that maybe a normal fan might not realize what's going on. Our full days are booked. We're doing everything we can for the city on our jersey, and you kind of see how people juggle family time, recovery, getting in extra shots, at the same time having to perform at a high level while all these 20 cameras are following you. So I think it's really cool. You definitely don't see all this on people's socials, Instagram. You don't see that. This is the real stuff. This is you before you brush your teeth, before you get your hair done. You know what I mean? I think that's the really cool part.
Yeah, joined by Domantas Sabonis, Sacramento Kings center. And you mentioned something earlier, being able to represent Sacramento. Why is that important to you, man?
I'm all in. I'm all in for the Kings. Since I got traded here, they've welcomed me with open arms. I've always said that. They respect me, my family. They made us feel like at home. So, since we got here, we've changed kind of the tide of the organization, and to put a spotlight on that and let everyone know, not everyone knows we don't get as many TV games or whatever. Well, now we're going to be on TV for a long time, so hopefully people can start to catch on, and know all the effort that everyone in the city puts in.
Starting 5 coming out October 9th, episode 1, 10-part series following some of the biggest names in the NBA. Domas, let me ask you this. What are you watching? What kind of shows are you binge watching now? Or is it just straight focus? Like, what are you guys watching at home now?
We're watching Paw Patrol, Disney. The list goes on. Mini Botunes. I don't really have time to watch my own shows nowadays.
It's funny you bring that up, man, because I was telling somebody the other day, they're like, Kyle, what's the last movie you saw? And I'm like, I haven't seen an adult movie. I got a 15-year-old son and a 12-year-old daughter. I haven't seen a grown-up movie in 15 years, I tell you.
Yeah.
It's Frozen and like you said, Paw Patrol. That's good stuff, man. That's good. You got 2 kids now, man. And the thing that I love about, watching you and listening to you is how important fatherhood is for you. What does it mean to be able to have the kids be a part of this and still be dad too throughout this whole process?
Netflix did a great job of not making things, difficult in the sense of like just be you with your kids. We had the same staff, probably the same crew for 90% of it. So kids eventually got really friendly. The crew was like another member of our family, so that made it really cool. Cameras came, Tiger was like, oh, it's showtime. He's ready. He's dancing in front of the camera. He's just excited. So like to have those moments, see that it made our kids happy, our wife happy, so it made it more special. And now it's obviously all recorded too. So we get to keep those as memories.
Let me ask you this then. You're a Hollywood star now. if you could pick an actor to play you in a movie, I mean, we got the reality part together. The movie, who would it be?
The movie, I have no idea. Let me think. Who do you think, Michael? Yeah, I would say.
Big guy. It got to be a heartthrob, though, right? It got to be somebody.
Who's it? Who's Thor? Chris Hemsworth from Thor.
Okay, I like that. I like that. All right, Domas, I know we got to run, man. I appreciate you taking the time out. We'll see you on Media Day. Go check out Starting Five on Netflix, October 9th. Go stream it on that day. I appreciate it, Domas.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
He did it, with LeBron, Ant-Man, all the other guys, each distinctly different personalities too. And I think that's why Netflix cast Domas, because he's not a guy that puts himself out there. Now we get a glimpse, Sacramento Kings fans, of what Domas is like off the court, which is exciting.
Mm-hmm. Fellas, go ahead. We don't know.
I was just going to say Afro in the chat. In the chateau says the list of Draper's guys is getting quite long.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the party.
You know what I was thinking too? And I'm not just saying this for radio. I'm not just saying this for show. I was like, damn, I should have had a Drapes guy shirt and held it up for Domas to see. And then maybe he'd be like, oh, I need one of those or something. And he starts showing up. This is how I think, Whitey. Sometimes I do think like this. So, no, he's my guy, man. That's my guy for sure. I got the bottle of wine from him, remember?
Yes.
So I'm allowed to call Domas my guy.
Sure.
What you got, Jay?
Yeah, I've actually seen the first 2 episodes.
Oh, you got to see him?
Yeah, I got invited to go out to the premiere on this past Monday. It was this Monday.
Okay.
But I of course didn't go, but I got to see the first 2 episodes. I'll say this, and it's not a guest. Anthony Edwards is the star of the show.
Really?
Yeah, he's the guy. You can tell, he's got a new baby in the house, and you can definitely tell, he's hilarious. He doesn't mind cracking jokes. He doesn't mind being in front of the camera.
He showed up for the premiere in sweats.
Yeah, typical Hooper.
Yeah.
Yeah, while everybody else was kind of dipped.
Feel like Ant-Man was putting it on for the cameras, or was he just naturally him?
I think it's just naturally, organically him. He's already someone who is not shy to jump in front of there's a few times he kind of pops up and like Domas talks about, they're really following LeBron in his home and Savannah and Ant-Man and his girlfriend, or I think it might be his fiance, with the new baby. Same thing commented with Domas and his wife. There's a couple clips where you see during the game situations, like in the first not a couple clips, there are a ton of them, but there's some clips while you're watching, the games being played. And is just the type of guy, you have to mic him. Mm-hmm. He's one of them guys. He should have a mic all the time because you just never know what he's going to say. You never know what he's going to do. He's the type of guy in Drapes. I'm pretty sure you've seen plenty of players like this on the sideline. He's the type of guy, he's forever talking. He's never not quiet, you know? So I thought to me, it's better than the quarterback. I didn't really get into the quarterback, and maybe just the guys that they chose for the quarterbacks weren't my flavor. And even though most people said he was the star of the show, people loved him.
Yeah.
But this, to me, I was like, okay, I can kind of see this.
Yeah. So what does it mean for Sacramento and the Kings to have Domas on this show? We're back with more on that. Also, we're back with more on Short Skate is not going away anytime soon, based on the way some are reacting to it. Back with that next, Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. As we head through the afternoon, we'll see plenty of sunshine. We'll have calm winds, and it's going to feel warmer for you today, with highs reaching the mid-90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all 4 arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
Who's ready for some fun on Saturday? Country in the Park 2 takes over Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Dirks Bentley, Harmony, Dasha, plus line dancing and a mechanical bull, axe throwing, pop-up clothing stores, and food trucks. Tickets start as low as $52 at CITPfest.com. Grab your family and join us for Country in the Park 2 this Saturday at Heart Health Park. More at CITPfest.com.
Brought to you by A&A Concrete Supply, Folsom Hotel, and Corbell, California Champagne. Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Emily Neal's 70-inch TV. Because after watching her second-grade students yell at each other for hours, there's nothing Emily enjoys more than watching super rich housewives also yell at each other. Why? Because those women are not her responsibility. And that's why her TV is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Model year-end pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the model year-end event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Toyota's legendary truck event is on, and the deals are legendary. Get $2,000 cash back on any 2024 Tundra, or get a great lease on a new 2024 Tacoma 4x4. Get to your Toyota dealer now, because this truck event is gonna be Toyota. Let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Ends 9/30/24.
Up. Remember when they were playing the NFC title game here and Deion Sanders tangled them up and it was pass interference and they didn't call it and it was an incompletion and the 49ers went to the Super Bowl. And I started asking Michael Irvin about that. And he's like, hey, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's funny how those guys, as many Super Bowls or championships as they win, it's the ones that they don't win.
That's the ones.
Never forget.
That's the ones that stick with them. That's a good question for Ronnie Lott, too. Like, what's the one, we know you won the Super Bowls and everything. What's the one game or one moment that
this is Ronnie Lott. You don't want Ronnie Lott natty.
No, I'm just saying, man. He's a grown-up now. We're talking decades earlier. He can talk about it. Come on now.
Yeah. Ronnie Lott coming up. Speaking of the 49ers, this Brandon Ayuk thing with the shorts, I think, Jay, there are some trying to make more of it than maybe they need to. Dieter Kurtenbach is a writer, columnist.
San Jose Mercury. Is he still there, or is he?
He's with Bay Area Sports HQ or something, and he's on their flagship as well. Here's what he says about the incident today. And again, in case you didn't hear, Brandon Ayuk apparently had the wrong color shorts on at practice, and Shanahan talked to him, and then he kind of looked like he threw a little hissy fit, and then he changed shorts. But some people say, "Oh, what's going on here?" Dieter says he is a 26-year-old man making $30 million a year in the NFL. This isn't intramurals at Chico. Sorry, but some basic standards of professionalism are expected. It's embarrassing to him and telling to us that they weren't met. Damn. He also says the whole shorts thing is 100% a thing because it's not as if Ayuk was just being absent-minded, re-attire. Dude had the correct black shorts in his pocket, ? And then changed on the practice field. Bizarre behavior.
This is awesome.
Totally unprofessional stuff from a $30 million a year 26-year-old.
Hey, it's true, man. And as Bonte Hill tweets,
Shortsgate
is laughable and embarrassing.
There we go. Thank you, Bonte.
Especially for Brandon Ayuk. Bizarre behavior. See, even he says it. And as Grant Cohn says, Jawan Jennings wore the right shorts to practice. This is laughable, Whitey. I texted you and Jay. I guess Kyle Shanahan was asked about Shortsgate.
Really?
Yeah, during today's media availability. Here's what he had to say.
I could say wearing the wrong shorts.
Yeah, he did. Good question. No. I wish I could wear different shorts.
See, it's something, fellas. Brandon Ayuk has gone rogue. Shortsgate. Oh my gosh. But you know, it's all I see on
That's a good question.
That's a good question, right? Dude, that's all I'm seeing on Twitter now. It's like you see one tweet about it, and everybody's tweet on Shortsgate is coming up.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I really think we're good here. Remember, Kyle Shanahan is the one who ran upstairs to prevent them from trading Brandon Ayuk to the Steelers. So he's the coach. He's got to point that out. Hey, you got to comply. That's what coaches do. I think we're good here, Jay, but I don't think we've heard the last of this.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got the Grant Combs, the Dieter Kurtenbach, the Kyle Combs, the Capios. I get it.
This is hilarious.
Do we have to ask Ronnie Lott about shorts?
No, I'm not. It's not that big.
I wish I could wear different shorts.
This is awesome. Like the fact that this has really become a thing, man, and people are just running with it. Oh, this is even Bonte piling on. Called it embarrassing for Ayuk.
That's part of the Twitter thing, right? If you're really active in Twitter, anytime something comes up, whatever it is, you have to have a reaction one way or the other.
You gotta add your 2 cents.
It's terrible, it's the greatest, or whoever said it's the greatest or terrible, they're the greatest or they're terrible.
Yeah.
And then it just
it's
one after the other. You end up with a tower of nonsense.
I tell you what, how about this? My daughter's a cheerleader. 12 years old. And Jay, you know this. You show up with the wrong bow or the wrong socks or the wrong sweat towel or whatever it is, cooling towel.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, about a month ago, we had a game. My daughter couldn't find her cooling towel. You know, the thing you wrap around the neck? Their rule is if one person doesn't have the cooling towel, nobody can use the cooling. And it's 110 out there. My daughter was salty. Eventually, she found it, but she started crying. And so I get it. No, she really started crying.
No, I understand.
You want to know what happened to the cooling towel?
No. I mean, I do want to know. I don't know, but I do want to know.
It was under the seat with Brock Purdy.
Right. No, somebody else from her team took it out of her bag by mistake. You know how they all have the matching bags?
Yeah.
She thought it was her bag, reached in and took my daughter's cooling towel. And so the coach called me over.
Ain't got no names on them bags out there, Vista.
They got names on the towels, Jay.
Are we sure this was a mistake?
Trust me, the coach called me over, gave me the fingers, you know, like, come here. And my daughter started welling up with tears. And the coach is like, yeah, your daughter said you misplaced the towel.
She blamed it on you?
She blamed it on me. I didn't even know they had a cooling towel. I'm like, what the hell is a cooling towel? I didn't even know. But, Yeah, man, they're a stickler for uniforms, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for instance, today, if I'm Shanahan or if Shanahan's a cheerleading kind of coach.
So you're taking Shanny's side, it sounds like.
I mean, yeah, you got team rules. You got to do it. Well, if this happened in cheerleading, Ayuk would be sitting out the whole practice. I'm saying. And if you're late a minute or so, you sit out the first half of the game. Like, rules are rules, man, in athletics.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, but it's just taking on a life of its own, man.
It's trying to, but it'll all be forgotten by Sunday, right, Jay? Unless, you know what, if he drops a pass or something,
you know that.
Maybe
Right.
he wore the right color shorts. He would have caught the pass.
Akash Anavaratan talking about this is a embarrassment from a veteran like Brandon Ayuk to not wear his shorts. Embarrassing from 11 not to follow the team dress code as a veteran on this team.
Damn. Is this the media blowing it up too much, fellas? Is this social media?
I would say yes. Jay?
Well, yeah, social media blows up anything.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Because again, we saw the video. If we hadn't seen the video, nobody would care. B, even if you see the video, it's clear this was not a big deal between the two of them. It wasn't. Shanahan went over and talked to him, and you heard Shanahan's comments. And then Brandon Ayuk kind of, he didn't seem happy about it, but he complied, and everything was fine.
I don't know. It was a little more than just because look at the way Ayuk reacted after. It was like a kid reacting to being scolded.
Wide receivers are all they're for lack of a better term, prima donnas. You know why? Because they rely on someone to throw them the ball. That's why they're the loudest. They're the most
like, hey, I'm over here. I'm over here.
They're the most individualistic, and they have to get attention. If they don't get attention, they don't get the ball. So it's part of just the mindset of being a wide receiver.
Okay, all right. No, ain't no carryover. I don't expect it to blow up and cause issues come Sunday. But I just find it interesting. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, if this would have been any other player, that guy made a mistake. But because it's Ayuk.
Yeah,
the contract, the not playing well, it becomes a story.
To me, the reaction to it, me personally, is far more interesting than what actually happened. Like, this isn't intramurals at Chico. What?
That's awesome, man. That's a great line. Intramurals at Chico.
When we come back,
what we got?
We're getting ready for Ronnie Lott at 4:30. Tell you why the 49er defense has been even worse than it has looked. Also got to tell you about this Netflix, the Domas show.
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan, Jimmy Butler connection.
Yeah, I got to hear this.
Yeah, that's when we come right back to Sactown Sports.
Time is of the essence with COVID-19. Prescription oral treatment must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Learn more at treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Have you heard you can listen to your favorite news podcasts ad-free? Good news! With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. Enjoy shows like The Daily, Up First, and Consider This, available ad-free on Amazon Music. To start listening, download the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free. That's amazon.com/ad-free to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced. Let our professional parts people test your battery for free at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all 4 arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
Hello, I'm Frank Cock with Retirement Security Centers with a weekly economic update. Is the IRS going to be letting you keep more of your money in 2025? Some Americans may see reductions in income taxes as the IRS is expected to adjust their income tax brackets in an attempt to keep pace with potential rising incomes due to wage increases. While it has not been announced yet, the expected increase would be about 2.8% for tax year 2025. Higher income tax brackets could lead to lower taxes paid. Not only income tax brackets are changing, but the standard deduction is also likely to change. The current standard deduction for married couple filing jointly is $29,200. This could go up to $30,000 in 2025. The standard deduction is the amount you may be able to deduct from income earned each year. With only a few months left this year, it's recommended to do a tax tune-up to see if there's any opportunities for you to reduce taxable income and to make sure you are keeping up to date on estimated payments. Please consult your tax provider or financial professional to determine your next steps. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Osaic FA Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Osaic FA is separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Osaic FA.
Who's ready for some fun on Saturday? Country in the Park 2 takes over Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Dirks Bentley, Parmalee, Dasha, plus line dancing and a mechanical bull, axe throwing, pop-up clothing stores, and food trucks. Tickets start as low as $52 at CITPfest.com. Grab your family and join us for Country in the Park 2 this Saturday at Heart Health Park. More at CITPfest.com.
Brought to you by A&A Concrete Supply, Folsom Hotel, and Corbell, California, Champaign.
Time to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Are you tired of your tee shots ending up in the adjoining fairway while the rest of your foursome is hitting it down the middle? Well, experts will tell you that being properly fitted for golf clubs will help you strike your drive center cut. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio and its team of trained PGA professionals are ready to help you get rid of your banana balls and duck hooks. Hagen Oaks Indoor-Outdoor Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Ronnie Lott at 4:30. I think I have to ask him about Shortsgate. It's the biggest 49er story of the day, as silly as it is, and it's Ronnie Lott.
That's you, man. I'm gonna leave that one to you.
Yeah,
you can have that question. You got it. I'm sure he will provide an insightful answer just for you.
Kick off the interview. Is it not of the day the biggest 49er story?
Not the fact that Trent Williams is questionable. Not the fact
lying.
that CMC, the news about him, heard from John Lynch today.
Well, wait a minute. Which side of this are you on? You've been telling us how big this is, Shortsgate.
But I'm not going to ask Ronnie Lott about that. You know what? Actually, that's your punishment right there.
Really?
For losing football last week.
I got to ask Ronnie Lott about
Let me see it. Jay, is that good enough? Or if Jay says, nah, that's letting him off too easy.
He was going to ask him anyway.
I don't think he was. He might ask in a joking, sarcastic way. No, that's not it. I'll take it back.
Okay. Anyway, Ronnie Lott at 4:30. We'll figure out what we're going to ask him between now and then. How about this? Terrence Mann. You a Terrence Mann fan? Clippers, Terrence Mann?
Yeah, that's my guy, yeah.
Is agreed to add another list.
You like that, right?
Chat.
You like that?
Add another name to the list. Yeah. Terrence Mann has agreed to a 3-year extension with the Clippers worth $47 million.
Damn, so Terrence Mann getting, do the math, Whitey, $16 million a year. Damn. Like I say, Jay and Whitey, everybody else's salaries going up. Broadcasters' salaries plummeting. Damn. That's crazy. $16 million a year. Think about that. Think about with our boy Magic Johnson, the 25-year, $1 million a year contract, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, how can they afford this?
The whole league is going to go bankrupt."
Now Terrence Mann getting $47 million. Damn.
Think how you would feel if you were whoever, Oscar Robertson or whoever.
Right. Yeah, just any of those guys back then. Let me ask you this: knowing the money that it is now, let's say you were a young kid. I'm asking seriously. Would you devote more time to your left hand or right hand or your jump shot? Now,
the way it's like you've seen me play.
Right.
I mean, devote more time to your left hand.
I know your offhand is weak, though. From what I hear from my peeps in Vallejo, it's pretty weak. But no, I'm saying
it's right on the money. I gotta admit.
Because nowadays kids got trainers at it. Like I was at Shoots 360 in El Dorado Hills. This was a while ago, and kids are like 5 years old now with trainers, 6 years old with skills trainers. And I'm just like, really? Like, has the money, and they're seeing Steph Curry's 60 million, Jaylen Brown, 300 million, Tatum. Has it made parents like push their kids even harder?
It depends on the sport and the individual. Basketball is just so hard.
So
difficult.
You know what's crazy about basketball too? And I don't know if it's like this in other sports, but like you were saying, you could work around the clock and still not be good enough. Or you can work out an hour a day and be great. You know what I mean? Like you got to have the God-given ability too, the athleticism. And if you're, 5'2", like it ain't going to happen no matter how hard you work.
You got to have that ability that early on separates itself where everyone can see this kid is different. Even then, that's no guarantee. I'm thinking, remember DeMarcus Nelson? DeMarcus Nelson was phenomenal around here. And I think he barely made it into the league. And he was a great player. So you got to have either that or you got to have, you got to have like that Scotty Brooks, Jim Les, where you're just like, nothing's stopping me.
Yeah, man, it's tough, man, because
if you have both, look out. You got like Michael Jordan or Larry Bird.
Right. Because, and here's the thing too, what people don't understand, like for instance, me in the neighborhood, I was a pretty good ball player, in terms of my peers, but you get in actual games against like the best of the best. It's like, it's not even close.
Right.
It's night and day, man.
Right.
It's night and day. Really quick, my son, Nick, best friend, love him to death, 15 years old. He quit basketball, fellas. Hung it up. He's a 10th grader.
This year?
Oh, man.
He said he's done with basketball. That's crushing me. Whitey over here shaking his head like, okay, that's fine. Nah, bro.
Well, I'm gauging.
No,
I'm reading the room a little bit. I don't know what you want me to say.
It's killing me, man. It's killing me. It's killing me because of this. Not because I'm a basketball guy. It's because you only get a finite time to play on a team. And I don't want him missing out on his last 2 to 3 years of high school of being a part of a basketball team. Because, you're not probably going to play college, maybe some intramurals, but it's, like some of my greatest days, and I'm sure you guys would agree, is your high school teams, that you played on.
Yeah.
And so he won't have that when it comes to basketball.
I'll tell you this for what it's worth. I was playing like Little League at 9 years old. And one day we're at the end of practice, taking batting practice, and the manager's pitching and the sun's behind him setting. We probably shouldn't have been taking batting practice in. And he throws a pitch and it hit me right in the face. There was blood everywhere. That was on a Friday. The next Monday we have practice and we didn't have enough helmets. So I'm running the bases like, the hitter needs your helmet. And I'm running a third and I get it right in the side of the head.
You got hit again?
Yes.
Friday and Monday?
Yes.
Damn.
When that season was over, I was like, I don't really want to play baseball. My dad is the biggest baseball fan in the world. He's like, and I know it must have almost killed him. And he was like, okay. And I eventually got back to it, high school. But I just always appreciate that because I'm sure at some level, I wouldn't be surprised if he'd have gone somewhere and cried.
Right. Yeah.
But I always appreciated that about my parents. They weren't thrilled about it, but there's like, all right, that's your decision.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember, so Nick wanted to skip basketball, quit basketball last year. And I think I told this story. Mike Brown said, you know what, Kyle, just say, give it one more year, Nick. One more year, see how you feel. We gave it the one more year, played fine, was on the team, but not a passion for it. So,
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Real quick, you're being a good dad, though, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not. Yeah.
I mean, you're support.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes support is no. You should still do it.
Yeah.
You think that's best, but yeah, I know it's not easy for you. Real quick on Domantas Sabonis, he's going to be on Netflix, and they have the premiere Monday, which Jay was invited to, but he's like,
big time.
Can't
over
be
there.
bothered. Well, this picture has a lot of Kings fans excited, and it's actually a video. At the premiere, of course, Jimmy Butler was featured in the show, and DeMar DeRozan. So see a lot of Kings fans like, oh, Jimmy Butler, he's having contract issues there. DeMar's probably getting him.
Well, recruiting maybe or something?
Yeah. And obviously that's a little silly, a little premature, but it does speak to the fact that when you have a guy like DeMar DeRozan, you might have a shot at somebody like that, right? Whereas before, you didn't have that much of a shot.
Yeah, how about this? This is and I saw that, what you're talking about there. DeMar is not a part of the starting five documentary, but he's out there on the red carpet chopping it up.
Yeah.
Like he's in the circles.
Yeah.
DeMar is the kind of guy that can go anywhere. I mean, think about it too. And Jay, you can chime in on this.
Very close, you can see.
Yeah, these guys, but look, DeMar is boys with Kendrick Lamar. Like this is a whole different star level that we're not used to in Sac since the C-Web days, I would argue. When Tyra Banks was hanging around. Like DeMar can go anywhere now. Like
we used to talk a lot on this station about C-Web and Tyra Banks. He didn't care for it.
He didn't like that.
He didn't know.
Oh, it's Tyra Banks, bro. You should be happy about that.
I know.
Right? That's
a
bragging rights.
Yeah. Well, you okay? You gonna be all right?
Nah. Compio's like, how's Nick's golf game? Because that's why he quit.
I hear he's a big hitter.
I told you that, right?
Yeah.
Did I tell you on there?
Yeah.
Did I tell you? I don't think it was.
No, you didn't.
So, Compio, this for you, big fella. I know you listening right now, and everybody on the YouTube page, at work, driving at home. So, I'm playing Granite Bay Golf Club. Nice little course. Nice track.
Very nice.
Nice track. 18th hole comes. I'm playing terrible. Like, I'm awful. Like, I'm like so bad, I had to text Tom Morton over at Hagen Oaks like, yo, I need a lesson ASAP. We go to the 18th hole. I smack a drive, though, Whitey, my best drive of the day, 240 yards, which is nice. That's a solid drive,
Yeah.
in the middle of the fairway. I'm like, yeah, I got this. Let's go. And I turn to Nick. Now what, son? He comes up. He hit his drive 297 yards, 60 yards past me, nearly a football field. And I realized at that point, my son's better than me. He's better than me at golf. I wouldn't tell him that. I wouldn't admit that. But if he's smacking it like that, I can't play.
Would you say is how old?
15.
Yeah, very flexible. I'm
so
sure.
flexible, dude. Yeah. He winds up and just uncorks it. I'm like 297. Mike, like think about that. That changes the game.
Yeah.
60-yard difference.
Yeah.
And it was like one of my best drives in the history of my life. And he just uncorked one 297.
By the way, in case Nick's listening, when I said noodle arms, I just meant flexible. I'm not saying anybody. Anybody that age,
not a rag arm, huh?
Right. They're so the spines and everything. It's like the way they move.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Man, it's painful. It hurts me to see him twist like that because his flexibility is so much more than me. Yeah, but so he's focusing on golf. That's the moral of the story.
Good for him. Yeah. Good for him. Good for you. When we come back, we get ready for Ronnie Lott, bottom of the hour.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about a 49er problem that nobody wants to talk about.
Shorts?
We'll find out next on Sactown Sports. Shorts.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, Go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Buying a home is one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. Before you tour a home, the real estate professional you're working with may ask you to sign a buyer's agreement, which describes the services you'll receive, each party's role and responsibilities, and how your agent will be compensated, all of which you'll want to discuss with them up front. So work with an agent who's a Realtor. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors with a duty to honestly represent you and put your interests above their own, because that's who we are.
Every day, Cintas service reps help businesses get ready for the workday. They provide freshly laundered workwear delivered every week. Mats, mops, restroom and cleaning supplies. First aid and safety products to help your employees stay safe. They even test and inspect fire extinguishers and emergency lights. Cintas helps keep your business running smoothly. See what Cintas can do for you. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Advanced Infusion Center, where we prioritize your comfort and well-being. Whether you're managing a chronic condition or seeking specialized IV therapy, our state-of-the-art center offers tailored solutions to meet your needs. Advanced Infusion Center's dedicated healthcare professionals are here to ensure your safety and provide personalized care. Conveniently located in Sacramento and Yuba City with flexible scheduling options. Experience a new standard in infusion therapy. Visit Advanced Infusion Center today at advancedinfusion.com.
You did it, Boston. The Celtics are NBA champions. It's time to come together and celebrate in style. Go to NBAstore.com right now to get all your championship gear. The official locker room collection with t-shirts for the whole crew. The official locker room hat and everything you need to celebrate the Larry O'Brien Championship Trophy. Celtics fans, it's your time, so get your gear. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
Who's ready for some fun on Saturday? Country in the Park 2 takes over Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Dierks Bentley, Harmony, Dasha, plus line dancing and a mechanical bull, axe throwing, pop-up clothing stores, and food trucks. Tickets start as low as $52 at CITPfest.com. Grab your family and join us for Country in the Park 2 this Saturday at Heart Health Park. More at CITPfest.com.
Brought to you by A&A Concrete Supply, Folsom Hotel, and Corbell, California, Champaign.
When shopping for a new car, what do you want? A great selection? A low monthly payment? More for your trade? At Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, you get it all.
Model year-end savings are going on now. It's savings you just can't say no to.
Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company sold on report.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
Flashback Friday. Jay, is this not from one of the greatest albums of all time?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a great. Oh, yeah. Al Green. Yeah, it's cold right here.
Yeah, I believe the story
Very
is
distinct voice.
He was producing this, and for a long time, the executives didn't know what was going on or what he was doing or. You know, is anything going to be worthwhile coming out of this? And then it was a groundbreaking.
It's kind of like behind closed doors recorded, right? Kind of sneaky from the stories and things I've read.
Yeah. I shared with Jay some today. I saw on Twitter, Drapes. Prince's Purple Rain was originally a country song.
Really?
And he gave to Stevie Nicks. And he had and he said, will you write the lyrics of this? And she's like,
she didn't want it.
I can't. And then he couldn't figure out what to do with it. And somebody in the band started playing the guitar riff. And then the guitar parts, and then he was like, "Oh, okay, I got it." Yeah, it was a country song.
Damn, I can't.
I don't quite.
Yeah, I'm trying to picture it.
I don't
I'm
even
trying
wanna,
to, right?
I don't even want to. So thanks for being with us.
Oh, got some breaking news! Breaking news!
Should he play the stinger?
Yes, play the stinger, Jay.
Stinger time, Jay.
When it breaks,
we have it first.
It's Sactown Sports breaking news
from the Sacramento Kings. Forward Trey Lyles sustained a left groin strain during off-season workouts. He will be reevaluated in approximately 3 weeks, and his condition will be updated as appropriate. And Kings guard Jordan McLaughlin suffered a grade 2 right ankle sprain during workouts. He'll be reevaluated in approximately 2 weeks, and his condition will be updated as appropriate. So a couple of rotation guys, I would imagine, now questionable, I would think, for the start of the season.
Jordan's our guy. He was in here. The ankle sprain, no, it's part of basketball. It should be good. The Trey Lyles thing is alarming because he plays a position at which the Kings do not have a lot of depth.
We're really thin. And think about it. He'll be reevaluated in approximately 3 weeks. The season is in 4 weeks. The season opener less than 4 weeks away from today. Yesterday was 4 weeks. And so he might not be available for opening night.
Wasn't he hurt at the beginning of last year?
Yes, he was. I think missed the first, 14 games?
Calf strain or something?
I think it was. Yeah. And I don't think he ever got back up to speed throughout the entire season. I think it really affected him, missing that time, trying to find his rhythm with the squad. And so for the second straight year, Trey Lyles dealing with an injury during camp. Yeah.
Separate and apart from either of those players, did you see the free agent who's available that Jay, I think, again, I don't want to put words in Jay's mouth. I think Jay's thinking the Kings should maybe take a look at. Did you see this?
No, what?
Yeah. You want to say, Jay?
Who, Jay?
He's one of your guys.
Oh, on the text line?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Again in Philly?
I like this guy a lot. I liked him coming out of Washington.
Markelle
Fultz. I thought the Sixers ruined him, but we so guard heavy.
Yeah.
Like, I like him as a player, just not for us. I think we're too guard heavy as is, but
especially because Jordan McLaughlin is a backup point guard.
Yeah, he's a backup point guard. Yeah. And the fact that Markelle Fultz isn't on the team right now, that's criminal to me. Like, the dude is talented. Even in Orlando, he showed some flashes. Orlando had to let him go, I think, because of financial things. They signed KCP, and so no, I would love Markelle Fultz. I just don't see where he fits with us. But how about these injuries? Like, Whitey, I'm concerned, bro. Everything was sunshine and rainbows.
For the Kings?
Yes.
Jordan McLaughlin turned his ankle.
Trey Lyles is.
That's
what I'm worried about.
That's when you might have to address, I would think.
Who's our 4 or 5 rotation?
Yeah, that's
that's tough, man. That's
you got Scal. They re-signed Scal.
Yeah, they did re-sign Scal. Yeah. That's not the answer, I don't think. But no, this is I would argue Trey was probably the first big off the bench for this Kings team. Now do we see more of O-Rob? You know what I mean? Do we see McDaniels more? Like, this is a tough one. Because I like Trey a lot. I think Trey got a little bit of that dog in him, a little bit of that chip on his shoulder.
He's a dog, man.
Yeah, and he could knock down the 3 like that. Yeah, it's going to hurt. I know it's early and it's only a few weeks, but dang, hate to see that for Trey.
Anything ever happen with Jay Crowder?
Nothing.
Or any of the other guys. Somebody else, the Warriors picked up.
Miami picked up Nasir Little. Yeah, Miami picked up Nasir Little. And so Jay Crowder's still hanging out there too. It's dang. Just Johnny P. DeRosa. He says the same thing every day. Kings need Thon Maker, Winyan Gabriel, Mo Harkless. Lyles is out.
Well, he's consistent.
Yeah, he's consistent. Do they? And I can't wait to interview Monty on Monday because media day's coming. What does he think about the roster, the way it's constructed? Like, I need a real answer too, Monty.
Yeah,
don't give me the
right?
We're gonna have to press him on that because, like, we see it. Everybody sees it, especially now with Trey out. Like, I want to ask him specifically about the forward/center position. Evaluate that. Do you need more help? Are you a little thin in that position?
Yeah, it's funny you say that because today I was just remembering last year's media day, and one of the things that was being talked about. I remember Alex Len talking about it. I think Domas may have talked about it too, is this whole notion of, and I know you're against it and they didn't do it, but they talked about it, about Domas playing with a big. So essentially playing the 4. I wonder if something like that, if that's anywhere on their radar, if that's something now where they'd have to reconsider it. if you got Trey Lyles hurt for a while.
Domas at the 4, Alex Len at the 5.
Yeah, and I know you don't like that. And I don't either, I guess, because they haven't done it.
Yeah, I don't like it. But, you may have to try different things, man. That's probably the thing I'm most interested in seeing. Obviously, how DeMar fits in, Devin Carter when he comes back. But what's the forward rotation look like? Like, I don't know, man. I feel like we're thin at that spot.
Yeah, some of it is the old way of thinking. As fans, we look at who's your 4, who's your 3. And with the Kings, I think that's going to depend on matchups this year.
Yeah.
Keegan's going to be playing the other team's 4 sometimes
Keegan's
not,
will be a
depending
4
on who you're playing against.
Right. Yeah, that's
Positionless
true.
basketball.
Yeah, and not every team has twin towers like back in the day. Bring up Austin a lot. Tatum's there for. Keegan can match up with Tatum, in terms of size and defense and everything. So you don't need a traditional 4.
Back to the 49ers. We were just speaking of injuries. Trent Williams. I didn't even know this. Drape's pointing out, maybe you saw Trent Williams questionable with a toe injury. That's not good.
Yeah, it's and it's kind of been, how should I put this? Not a great start to the season for Trent. Even he said it, He's not in, up to game speed 100% yet.
Having trouble getting through the games.
Yeah. And now you got a little toe that's making him questionable as well. And, every team has bumps and bruises and things that come up. But it just seems like, you get Debo back. Maybe you get Kittle back also. And then something else comes up.
Bigger problem for the 49ers right now than any of the injuries on offense is what's going on defensively. This is from NBC Sports Bay Area. Somebody asked this of Matt Mayoko. I'll read the statement. You guys tell me if you think it's an overreaction or not, and we'll see what Mayoko says. The statement is this: the lack of first-round picks from the Trey Lance trade has really caught up to the 49ers depth chart, and it's really showing. Do you think that's an overreaction or not?
Lack of picks.
The lack of first-round picks from the Trey Lance trade has really caught up to the 49ers depth chart, and it's really showing.
And that's what Matt Mayoko said?
That's someone asked Matt Mayoko. We'll give you his reaction.
Oh, okay.
What is yours? Is that an overreaction or not, in your opinion?
I'm going to say overreaction.
How about you, Jay?
Yeah, same thing.
Matt Mayoko says, overreaction? No. It is difficult to argue with this point.
Really?
That's what he says. He says the Niners came out ahead when it comes to quarterback play, but the fact Trey Lance did not work out came at a big price. The 49ers could not have landed a quarterback better than Brock Purdy. However, in making the trade up to number 3 overall in 2021, the 49ers gave up the 12th overall pick in 2021, first rounders in 22 and 23, and a third-round pick in 2022. 49ers could have added 4 players at premium draft positions if they had not made that trade with the Dolphins to draft a quarterback. It's done. What's done is done. You can't go back. It's one thing I think we're seeing now, especially defensively and special teams. Some of that depth is not overly impressive.
I'd argue that I'd say I think they've gotten lucky in many different instances where they've hit guys like a Jair Brown, a Dominique Cooney, like those guys who are starting to be, starters. We're seeing these guys become stars or, starters, full-time starters. So I'm not sure about that. I'd have to go back and look at those exact picks, and that's really the only way you could really weigh that value. But yeah, I don't see that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see
Pooney
that.
was a third rounder, and he was a good pick.
Right.
Yeah. And before the season, Drapes, remember, coming into the season, what was everybody saying? 49ers had the best roster in the league.
Right.
So because we're 4 weeks in and they haven't performed, doesn't mean they didn't have the best roster.
Now we're looking back like, see, if we would have had these picks from Trey Lance, you already had the best roster in the league, supposedly, last 2 years. And so I look at it, too, as this. And Whitey, you've brought this up. They do better on the later round picks anyway.
Yeah,
so not necessarily they would have hit on these picks. We don't know. And so that's revisionist history. Would you like more cracks at it? Yes. But has that, stopped them or hampered them from achieving their goal? I don't think so.
Well, I just think I'll speak for myself, tend to look at the trade and go, wow, they got lucky because they ended up with Brock Purdy. So it didn't matter. But they did give up a lot for nothing.
Right.
The trade
100%.
Yeah.
If we're keeping it a buck, fellas, It's probably one of the worst trades ever.
Yeah.
Like, like seriously. Like this is almost Herschel Walker-esque.
Yeah. And I think that leaves a mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you follow the trail of all the picks that, were actually taken because of that trade. Some pretty damn good players were used on those picks.
Mm-hmm.
And so, they get a pass because Brock Purdy turned out well, because they've been to NFC Championships games, the Super Bowl. Like most of the time when you whiff on a quarterback like that, a lot of guys lose their jobs for that, but these guys have been able to keep it and salvage it.
We got Ronnie Lott coming up bottom of the hour. You want to take a quick break and get to some of our picks? Yeah.
Picks?
We got time?
Yeah, I think we'll have to push that to a little later there.
All right. We will do that. Then when we come back, we'll look at why the 49ers defense has been actually even worse than it's looked next on Sactown Sports.
When I want to stretch out after a long day, my sofa needs to be comfortable, but it also needs to look attractive and inviting when guests come to visit. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. We spend so much time on our living room sofas that we forget they're a focal point and a hint to our decorating tastes. Right now, during Naturewood Home Furnishings sofa sale, you can save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive custom-ordered flex steel furniture. Whether you're interested in a new sofa, sectional, or recliner, you can choose from hundreds of colors and fabrics. Nobody has more styles and choices than Naturewood Home Furnishings. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop Naturewood for the look you love at a price you'll love even more. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable sofa sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-627-0188. 800-627-0188. 800-627-0188.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Your new home for 49ers football in the 916, Sactown Sports.
Here's a good question from Steven Torres. Thanks for being with us, Steven. Thanks for being part of the chat out. He's wondering, what did the 49ers end up getting back for Lance when they traded him to Dallas? That would be a 2024 fourth rounder. So they didn't get close to, for him what they gave up to get him. But, that quarterback draft hasn't really worked out for anybody so far.
Yeah, that was as of now, a bad draft.
Maybe Justin Fields is the best of the bunch, the way he's playing right now.
He's looking decent. I mean, I don't think he's putting up huge numbers, but he's getting W's, doing what it takes to get the win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you remember what the 49ers said anyway was they made that trade knowing that there were three. I think they said, we're good with any one of three guys. Presumably that
Mac
was Lance.
Jones?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Who else? Lance, Mac.
And I think Fields was the other one.
Justin Fields, huh?
Yeah, because they knew that Trevor Lawrence is going to be gone.
And Mac's a backup where?
Trevor Lawrence is back.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, Jacksonville. Damn. Mac Jones.
Mm-hmm. So Mac and Zach hadn't worked out too well.
Hadn't worked out, yeah.
Yeah.
And I wonder, too, though, how much of it is fit. Like, is Mac Jones just not good? Like, he goes from the Patriots, and let's not forget, the Patriots, as much of a dynasty as they had, they were a far cry from the days of Tom Brady. Like, he didn't have any receivers, really. The ground game was weak, I think, his last season there, he had Ezekiel Elliott as a running back.
Well,
and it's like,
just a couple of days ago, we talked to your buddy Tom Curran.
Yeah.
And I remember him saying, as we were talking about Belichick, he said, basically, he didn't do Mac Jones any favors.
Yeah, it was like Belichick was sort of like forgot about, keeping the house afloat. Like it just, he let it, deteriorate.
The ship be sinking. The house be sinking.
The house be sinking like a slumlord almost, You got to keep up with the maintenance and the upkeep of the house. And Belichick didn't do that.
By the way, I'm not, making fun at all, but have you seen, speaking of houses sinking, have you seen some of the video of the hurricane?
Yeah, that's sad, man. Yeah, that's sad.
It's incredible.
Yeah, I saw some video of down there in Atlanta even, and
it made its way up into Georgia.
Yeah, and just like streets that you normally just would walk on, and they're not even close, to water. It's not like the lake or anything, and it's you can't even see the streets anymore out there.
Yeah,
it's sad, dude. It's sad.
Yeah, I know in Florida they were talking about storm surge like 6 feet high. You go to the edge of the water and the water is 6 feet higher than it normally is. It's incredible.
Yeah. Did Stanford football make it out? They had a game at Clemson.
Yeah, they played Clemson.
Yeah, but their flight was canceled initially. I think. Here it is right here. This was Helene canceled Stanford's cross-country flight to Clemson. And so I would imagine maybe today they tried to get out. This was
is that the game Mark Jones is doing?
Yeah,
he tweeted
Mark tweeted about that.
Yep,
exactly. So we'll see if that game is still to be played. According to Stanford's Instagram, wheels up to Clemson. This was yesterday, but that might have been a flight that got canceled.
Yeah, and obviously what happens to the sports schedule is nothing compared to what's going on with people's lives.
Yeah.
But I know the Braves and the Mets had a huge series this week in Atlanta, but they postponed it. And so now the season ends Sunday, but they're going to play on Monday, a doubleheader. Because they had to move it. They couldn't play in Atlanta.
Right.
So they're playing there Monday. That's their plan anyway.
Wrapping up the
doubleheader
season
on Monday. So then one of those teams is probably going to have to play the next day, start the playoffs the next day. So,
wow.
Yeah. So
this is
incredible
havoc
video
out there. Yeah.
You ever wanted to be one of those guys out there?
Heck
reporting
no.
from the
Heck
storm?
no. I'm good. Nah, man. I'll sit on my couch. I would not want to be a part of that.
We were talking earlier with Rod Brooks about the problems the 49ers are having defensively. I think the defense is even worse than it looks so far in this regard. Haven't we been talking a lot about how passing numbers around the league are down?
Yes.
Okay, well, look how many big plays in the air the 49ers have given up. Big plays are down around the league.
Yeah,
but
they're up.
49ers, boom, boom, right?
Yeah.
Touchdowns allowed, they're tied for 22nd defensively. Completion percentage, defensively, the 49ers tied for 21st. Only 5 teams have given up more completions of 40 or more yards than the 49ers. And sacks, that's where it all starts with them, right? You can't throw the ball because you don't have time. They're tied for 14th in sacks. So they're not horrible, but yeah. And it's early. We're only talking about 3 games. So these can vary a lot week to week. But so far, the defense it's been bad.
And the thing is, they're not stopping anything, Whitey. That's the problem. They're giving up the big play.
Yeah.
They're giving up the run. They're giving up the intermediate passes. It's like,
teams aren't even throwing against them that much because why should they throw against them? They can't stop the run.
They can't stop the run. It's like, at least be good at something.
Yeah.
But, and they aren't right now. And, now you lose Hargrave, it's like, how do you fill that spot? And we had Rod Brooks on and he was saying, guys just got to be better. They are not playing up to the level that they are being paid to play, looking at Nick Bosa. And so it's, I don't know if it's a scheme thing or what. Like, what can the coaching staff do? Maybe a scheme. Maybe you blitz more. But then
Shanahan talked about that this week.
Did he talk about that? Yeah. I don't know if that. I don't know. I will say the Patriots may have the worst offense in the league. So the fact that they're coming into town, it's the right time for the Niners.
Yeah, and here's how you know just by looking at the scores, but another sign that the defense is not working. It drives Jay crazy, if I understand him right, how much zone they play.
Yeah.
But the reason they play zone, the thinking is you keep everything in front of you, so that way a team, okay, they can move the ball on you, but it's going to take them more plays. in theory.
Like bend, don't break kind of?
Yeah, because you got to, all right, you could pick up 6 here, 5 there, whatever, but we're not going to give up the big play. Now, when you play that zone like that, you're not supposed to give up the big play. Well, guess what? They've been giving up the big play.
So keep everything in front of you.
Everything.
Yeah. It's, and not, yeah.
Right, Jay? You're not stopping anything.
It's terrible, fellas.
It's terrible,
how many
Jay.
times on 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9s, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I'm out there like not even a fan. I'm a coach. I'm nervous. Like, oh, don't give this up. Just gave it up. I find myself doing that even over the last couple of years.
Wide open, right? 3rd and 10, and guys there's nobody near.
Yeah.
Looking like the Eagles defense out there. Like, that's how it is with in that game, that loss against Atlanta. It's like guys are just running free out there.
Yeah.
Take your pick, if you will.
Your Eagles defensively, they
look good against the Saints, though. Yeah. Somebody got their butts chewed out. Somebody got their butts chewed out. But that's what I'm saying about this week's game against the Patriots. Like, what do you guys need to see from this Niners defense? Like, they got to get after it. Like, they got to be a house of horrors out there for Brissett. Like, they're going to have to go, to Drake May early. Like, seriously, they got to make a statement out here, Whitey. This can't be a 23-24 game or, like, the Patriots just scored, 3, I think, in their last 2 games. Like, the last 2 games, their offense has really struggled. So you got to do something this week.
Would you like to see him blitz more?
Yeah, a little bit.
Hopefully they won't need to this week. But
yeah. You know, I saw something, fellas, that was funny. That was interesting. And I think it was just a fan. And they were saying, I'm hoping the 49ers don't come out, blow the Patriots out, and everybody, says hoorah. Hooray, thank you. We're back. And then they play next week. And,
Arizona.
Yeah. Who knows what they do. But I'm with you, Drapes. I think they have to come out and demolish the Patriots.
Right.
And I'm hoping – that 10 looks like 25. Like, you got to come out and make a big time statement. And you shouldn't even, it's almost like college. Don't even let these guys get past the 50 almost. Like, that's what I'm looking for, man.
Yeah.
No, you're right. They're that bad,
don't get past the 50, Drake.
But even then, right, if they do that, you won't feel like, you'll feel like, that's what you're supposed to do.
Well,
true. Yeah. True.
31-3, the Patriots don't get across midfield. Yeah, that's where you should be.
It's like Georgia versus Georgia Southern. Yeah, you're supposed to do that.
Yeah. Speaking of 49er defense, one of the greatest defenders in 49er in pro football history, Ronnie Lott will join us, and we'll see what Ronnie thinks of Shortsgate. Next on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. The last weekend of September feels like summer. We'll start at 60 on Saturday, afternoon highs in the mid-90s with light winds. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
Imagine taking a nice warm bath in your shower. Let's fix that. Right now, get that clogged drain unclogged for just $67. Plumbing, sewer, electric, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Chad, what's going on for Ram Power Days?
If you've been looking for the right, hard-to-find Ram heavy duty, great news. We have them. And right now, you can save up to $15,500 off MSRP on the new 2024 Ram 2500s.
You always seem to have the best deals and biggest selection of Ram trucks.
That's why we are California's #1 Ram truck dealer and #3 in the nation. Plus, we have over 400 new Ram trucks available, including those hard-to-find heavy duties. Your perfect truck is waiting at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center.
Find your new heavy-duty Ram in the Hoblet Ram Truck Center. See their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. And remember to check out the Hoblet Used Car Super Center in downtown Woodland with over 50 cars under $20,000. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$15,500 total net savings on select new Ram 2500 tradesmans after $9,000 factory rebates, $6,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include $3,000 Hoblet Select inventory coupons, $2,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance, must have qualifying trade-in, and $2,000 on-the-job incentive for qualifying business owners. At least 5 of this net savings. See dealer for details.
Hey, October's already heating up on the Sactown Sports live events calendar. Enjoy family fun at Dave's Pumpkin Patch in West Sacramento all month long. Pick your perfect pumpkin, navigate the corn maze, jump on a massive jumping pillow, and create unforgettable memories for the kids. On October 20th, don't miss Renee Vaca at the Crest Theater for a night of laughs and entertainment. And mark your calendar for Sinners and Saints, the region's best Halloween party on October 26th at the venue at Thunder Valley, complete with a $5,000 costume contest. It's the most spooktacular event of the season. Looking ahead into November, join us for Legends of Motown at the venue at Thunder Valley November 23rd, bringing you the classic hits that defined a generation. And you're not going to want to miss the Jersey Boys Midtown Men Holiday Show December 8th, also at the venue at Thunder Valley. It's going to be a night filled with festive cheer and old school classics. And stay tuned to Sactown Sports for all your live event updates and your chance to win tickets.
Niner brand was built upon.
Yes.
You know,
like when you think of 49ers, like just the institution, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Ronnie Lott.
Yeah.
Those are the guys that come to mind.
Yes.
You know, those are the Niners, a Mount Rushmore of Niners. Those three guys would be a part of it for sure.
It's kind of funny historically with the 49ers, the people always recognize the offense and the West Coast offense, and with good reason. But then, guys like Ronnie Lott and that secondary they had, Ronnie Lott was a phenomenal defensive player.
Yes.
I don't know if he'd be able to play now the way he played then. In fact, I think we know he probably wouldn't.
Yeah, you got to let up a little bit,
you can't tackle people now.
Yeah, can't hit anymore. Looking just at his accolades, Whitey. Obviously Hall of Famer, 10-time Pro Bowler, 4-time Super Bowl champ, 6-time All-Pro. I mean, this guy, had a decade of dominance or even more throughout his career. Ronnie Lott.
Yeah. And the story goes, I think he's told the story. Bill Walsh didn't necessarily want to draft him. To draft Kenny Easley, I think.
Really?
Yes. But it was Seifert that
George Seifert talked into.
I think that worked out.
Yeah. I mean, an all-time great, and efforting him. He'll be on here shortly. You're going to ask him about short skate, right? Is that your first question? Or?
Don't you think it should be?
Yeah, you got to start with something light.
You were trying to tell us that's the story of the day.
That is, man. Short skate on social media. That's the thing that's getting the most clicks, most engagement, if you will. So, Yeah.
For those who didn't hear, maybe you probably heard by now if you're at all interested in what's going on in the 49ers. Practice today, Brandon Ayuk showed up wearing red shorts. Everyone else was wearing black shorts. I guess Friday's kind of obviously an informal day. And there's video of Kyle Shanahan talking to Brandon Ayuk. And then they talked for a while. It's been characterized as a chewing out. Didn't really look like that. But they did have a conversation. And then the next thing you know, Brandon Ayuk is pulling off his red shorts, kicking them away, and then putting on the black shorts. And so a lot of people are running with that, Drapes. I'm not sure why. Like, oh, what is this? Brandon Ayuk, this is unprofessional. This is not Chico Intramurals. You're making all this money. Can't you wear the right color shorts?
I think some people are still upset Ayuk held out for more money.
Yeah, that's a great call.
And they're upset how it all went down. And he admitted he made things a little more difficult than they were. And he's not producing on the field, Whitey. It's like, dude, you held out. You're not producing. Now you're going to do this? You know, it's like, what are you doing? You know? And so I think people are a little upset about that.
Let's see what our next guest thinks. One of the greatest pro football players of all time. Forget about we're a great 49er defender. One of the greatest pro football players of all time, the one and only Ronnie Lott with us. How are you today, Ronnie?
I'm doing pretty good.
We appreciate your time. And I know we got to talk about flag football, if I may. And I apologize, Ronnie, but this happened today and people are talking about it. Don't know if you've heard about it. Brandon Ayuk today was wearing red shorts at practice. Everyone was wearing black shorts at practice. Kyle Shanahan had words with him, and the next thing you know, Brandon Ayuk changed his shorts, and a lot of people now are saying, you know, people in the media, this was unprofessional of Brandon Ayuk. He's making all this money. He's causing trouble. Just wondering, and again, you know, these things didn't happen when you guys were playing. What do you make of this? Is this anything, or are people making too much of Brandon Ayuk wrong color shorts at practice today?
Well, first of all, man, I'm just glad that he's on the team. I'm glad that he's part of the community, and you know, and I'm going to say this, man. There are moments where your mind and all the things you're doing, you're trying to figure out how to win, and if it means putting on red shorts, and that's what you think you got to do to get a win. You know, some people do that. And so we, you know, again, looking over the years and knowing what I know about some of the guys that I play with and some of the things that they would do, you know, you always find moments where people decide to try to figure out how to change the momentum. And the momentum of last week was not good. And so, you know, hey, again, we all have moments of things that we think that we want to do to try to figure out how to help. And who knows?
Right.
But I do know that, you know, according to a lot of my friends that are associated with that organization, associated with that team, 99.9 of the guys try to play one way, and that is to play to win. And so, what I think is that's not a big deal to me.
Right.
And the reason it's not a big deal is that I get why Charles Haley had to do certain things, because there were certain things that he had to do to help us win. And that's something that was really invaluable to change the course of winning, to change the course of situations. And so how I think about it is, again, there are a lot of things that we all do every day. Sometimes I have to eat Fruit Loops. I don't like them, but I have to eat them. Okay. And so grape nuts is usually the thing. It's the go-to for me.
Yeah. Sure.
Right? Grape nuts.
Yeah.
Or oatmeal. But my point to you is, like, every once in a while, you might have to have some Fruit Loops.
Right. Get back on track, right?
Yeah, man. But, who hasn't had to figure out why to get back on track?
Yeah.
Who hasn't? I mean, even say, man, look, I love Steph Curry. I mean, even he has moments where, well, Fruit Loops, Okay, let's go. So my point is, that's what you in your head, in your mind, and things that you have to do to be great. And this team has been great. They have been great. They have allowed all of us to sit here and to be able to talk about what we're talking about.
Right.
So we're talking about some things that I think, right, are things that, duh, hey, man, look, if that's what you need to do, let's go. But hey, if Joe had to put a leprechaun in his shoe, let's go.
Whatever it takes. The great Ronnie Lott joining us. Hey, Ronnie, let me ask you, didn't have to worry about this. You guys didn't have this problem. But, in the NFL now, especially NFC, making it to a Super Bowl again after losing one, you didn't have to deal with that. How difficult do you think that is, and how do you think that impacts a team like the Niners this season?
Yeah. Losing to the Giants in a championship game is the same. It's kind of the same thing of being in the Super Bowl because you're one game away from it. Matter of fact, it might be worse. But the point is that, it's sour. It's tough. And most people would tell you that when you have that kind of taste in your mouth, it stays with you forever. I mean, I feel, again, that's kind of one of the reasons why I might taste a Fruit Loops. Because it's still, it tastes bad. The point I'm making is like, you never forget things like that. And the reason you never forget losing like that, it's who wants to remember and celebrate the wins? I mean, I love winning and I love all of it, but I don't really savor that. But I do, I have some moments where if I do think about, the game and I think about it, the tough losses in life, man, are, so compelling because there were so many things that could have happened that could have put us in a different position. And, so that's kind of why, and that's kind of how I think people, with that organization, and Jed thinks that way. I think Tina thinks that way. I think there are a number of people that I know that are associated with that organization. They're constantly thinking and tinkering and trying to find ways to keep everybody elevated at a high level because, winning is, it does smell like Wheaties. So I have to go to another breakfast, but yeah, hey man, I like some Wheaties now. And I can tell you, the breakfast of champions, that is, what you play for. I mean, and everybody, and we all, I mean, I'm laughing about it, but I can tell you, I can smell Wheaties, and I can tell you, there's nothing better. Nothing better.
Ronnie, I remember talking to you years ago, and you shared with us that every night before the Super Bowl, of course, you had many opportunities. Do I remember this right? You had to have your bowl of ice cream the night before the Super Bowl. Yeah? Is that true?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And the reason why, again, because it's all of the things that you have to do to find a way to get over the hump. And there are reasons why you savor the moment of the vanilla ice cream experience because it does reflect a lot of things that you've had to do all your life. And I'm still, trying to do things that are, impossible things because that's what I want to do. And every once in a while, I do have to pull out that bowl of ice cream, that vanilla, ice cream, and pull it out and reflect on the fact that, hey, I want to make this. I want to find a way to get this done. I want to try to do that. And that's, that's part of, living. That's part of, celebrating. That's part of, trying to do more than you can. And I think a lot of it too starts with, hey, I mean, in my case, just the fact that my dad in the military and I used to come to Sacramento when I I remember coming to Sacramento when I was like 15 years old, and my, remember visiting the bases, the Air Force bases there, and visiting those places, and my, my godfather, Chuck Young, I used to come visit him, and we used to start talking ball, and we'd talk about all kinds of things. And the great thing about talking ball with him is that he loved he loved the Cardinals, and he would we'd get in these arguments, and the point that I'm making is he loved certain things to the point where it made me understand how to love certain things in life. And I think we all have to learn how to win and lose. And again, I don't know what he was, who knows why he put red on, but clearly there was, something inside that said, hey, now the question is, is he trying to hurt somebody or do something? No, knowing what I know about him, hey man, he's a baller. He loves playing. He loves going and playing and doing his thing. And so, that's a great thing. Some people, some people that I played with, they do have moments where, things go a different way. They think that they got to do something different. And, hey, that's why, every once in a while I'm like, I used to sit there sometimes, and you're constantly trying to figure out how to change your momentum in life. And it's something that I think a lot of people don't pay attention to, but some people do pay attention to it. And I hope I hope for him, he was just trying to have whatever, but I'm not going to, I don't know why this is a big deal. It's not, it shouldn't.
It's my co-host bringing that stuff up, Whitey. Ronnie, it's my co-host want to dwell on these things. I do want to ask you, though, when you watch football today, what's the thing that stand out to you, the difference from when you played? Is it that defenses aren't really allowed to be physical anymore? What do you see out there?
Is it that you can't tackle anybody anymore by rule?
Hey, man, look, first of all, I don't know about you guys, but when I watch the game, I'm still watching the game. Maybe not like they played when we played, because there were certain things, there's certain rules, and I know those rules because of the fact that some of the rules that are put in, with John Madden, and God bless his soul, what he did for the game of football. But those rules are put in for a lot of reasons. But I can tell you, hey man, I would not want to get hit by Fred Warner. I don't care how he tackles him. And what I'm trying to say is that he that guy, and the way he practices, and Tafanga and those guys that like that, Tafanga, man, these guys, they know how to bring it. And so, yeah, the game is still physical. I mean, that's anybody that thinks the game is soft or these guys are not tough. It's a physical game. And I think that's what I love about watching it. And then the other thing that I love watching the game is, I love when you see perfection. I love when you see a play that Kyle dials up and you're watching perfection, or you see when a blitz is dialed up and you're going, oh man, boom. And you're looking at that blitz and you're like loving that blitz because it's happening. So those kind of elements, you never get away from enjoying and watching people make, great plays, great things happen on the field. And we have a lot of guys on the 49ers that are exceptional players. And how lucky are we that here in the Bay Area, man, you get to, we've seen a lot of great players and a lot of great people. So it's cool.
Absolutely. Ronnie Lott with us. Ronnie, I know, and I apologize because I don't have a lot of details on this, but I know you have something going on in Tracy with flag football this Sunday. What can you tell us about that event coming up?
Well, we're going to honor some young ladies that are going to be coming out to the Tracy Toyota dealership, and I'm going to be out there with these young ladies, and I'm going to have an opportunity to talk to them, and I think it's going to be a phenomenal day because, again, here's another element of what's happening in sport.
Yeah.
And to me, I got 2 daughters, and the 2 daughters I have, I know they would have played, flag football. I would have wanted them to play flag football. So we're going to have that going on around noon. And to me, the great thing that we're celebrating is young people trying to be better. Young people trying to be better and knowing what I know, these young girls have, played and given their identity of how they want to compete. And so we're going to be talking to them and hosting them. And so it should be a really, fun day. It should be a nice moment before I turn on that TV. so I can't wait to hear what they got to say, and I can't wait to hear what they're thinking about. And then the other thing is, I can't wait to see what happens, because when you lose to the Rams, come on, man. I already know how bad it smells, right?
Yeah.
We all know how bad it smells. So, look, it is. That's why he might have, he might have lost it, because losing to that team the way that they did, it's tough, man. Sports is tough, and mentally it takes you through things. And these young ladies are learning that. They're going to learn that, and they're going to, and Steve Young has his daughter that plays flag football, and he talks about what she's learned and what she's been able to accomplish, all the great attributes that she has been able to learn from him and learn from him coaching the team. And so, here we are at Tracy Toyota. We're going to have an opportunity to have these young ladies, and I will, I'm going to be there, and it should be a fun hour. And then, like I said, we got to turn that game on, and we'll, I'm going to hustle back and try to get to the stadium and watch, some of the second, hopefully some of it, because, football is, man, it's been in my blood for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. Ronnie Lott joining us here on The Drive, guys. Hey, Ronnie, you talked about the squad's loss to the Rams. What was a team or a player that no matter what, we ain't losing to them? Was it Dallas? Was it, the Giants? When you were playing, who's the one guy you definitely wanted to beat every time you stepped on the field?
Look, man, it's easy to go to Eric Dickerson because Eric was a great competitor, Hall of Famer, amazing athlete, tough guy to bring down. And, there are moments where Eric, if I still see him, we bumping each other, and he goes, "Hey, remember that time I got you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I remember." So that, again, that's what I love about, the respect factor of those kind of moments. There are, you tip your hat. You tip your hat for all the greatness that he had, and you tip your hat because those are the moments that you can't wait. Any player that's played against, any great player has said, "Oh, I can't wait to see if I can measure up. If I want to measure up." And sometimes you just can't measure up. Sometimes you're sitting there and you're left there with a bag of popcorn, right? And so I know what that feeling feels like when you're sitting there with a bag of popcorn and you don't feel good, and he ran you over. Yeah, but you got to get back up the next play and get back in the game and find a way to come back and so hey, don't worry, he's had a share of me too, so that's that's what I know, and that's kind of how you compete, and that's what makes that's why the Kings, I can't wait to watch them, man. You come on, and then you can't wait to watch them because they got some guys on their team that, hey, they'll show up and they want to they want to let people know that, hey, we're here.
Yeah,
we're legit. This is for real,
Ronnie.
So,
yeah,
that's great.
We'll let you go on this one. We've taken up too much of your time. I won't tell you who. One of your teammates, a longtime teammate, he was on this show about a year ago, and he said, and Kyle Draper didn't like it. He said that in some ways, he said Brock reminds him of Joe Montana. He didn't say he's as good as Joe Montana or better. And I've seen that too. And again, Joe Montana may be the greatest quarterback of all time. Brock Purdy is not. But in some ways, I see that. As I say, one of your teammates said that. And my partner over here is Ronnie. He's an Eagles fan. And he doesn't want to hear about that. We obviously value your opinion. In any way, does Brock remind you of number 16?
Let me explain to you. And this is a really simple thing. I don't like Notre Dame, but I love that dude. Okay, and what I'm trying to get you to see is that the reason that I love him, and the reason that he is one of the greatest of all time, because he can do anything and everything that Steph Curry could do and more.
Yeah.
And my point to you is that he did that, and he created that environment. We have not seen anyone create that environment. I mean, I love Brock. He doesn't smell that way.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even, the cologne that he has doesn't smell like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so my point to you is to get to where Joe, I'm like sitting there going, man, that's a long journey to get to Joe.
Yeah.
And the reason it's a long journey to get to Joe, man, is like, whew, man. I'm getting excited because there were moments where I played against him. I'm like, hey, man, he completed freaking 14 passes in a row in the second half against us when I was at SC. And I'm sitting there going, we got four defensive backs that are going into the NFL, and we can't shut him down. And so I live with that moment. And by the way, I mean Brock's great, but I mean he ain't that.
All right.
That's okay. That's not, and it's not a put down.
No, of course.
He's not Robin.
Yeah.
It's not but he's just not Robin Hood.
It was Jesse Sapolu who's the one who told us that.
Oh no, but I get Jesse.
Yeah.
And I get why Jesse said it, but the really, I mean, that's like me sitting here trying to, say somebody's going to be the next, Steph Curry. It's Rick Barry, maybe. Rick Barry, maybe. But my point is, like, it's not even they shouldn't. You can't put that in the same sentence. It's not even there. It's not. It's we hope. You would like to think that, but I'm even when I think about it, it's hard to imagine. It's hard to imagine that could possibly be that. And look, and again, Tom Brady is phenomenal. I mean, he grew up, here in this area. But if you wanted me to pick one of the two, I'm 16, man. Because the difference is, it's not about this one. It's not about who's better. It's about if I had to pick somebody to hit the freaking arrow. to hit Jerry right in the freaking hands. And it's like, it's one of those John Taylor moments where you that's the last play and you got to make it happen. That's the hardest part of being in that environment, that kind of pressure. Those type of moments in life, man, are really hard to. That's why when Steph Curry shot that ball in the Olympics, there is not everybody was like, "Oh, that's it." Who's the left his hand? Because I, as a basketball fan, I'm so used to seeing that it went in. It wasn't like, oh, I'm guessing. And that's Joe. Playing against people, when you play against them and you go, you can't stop them. Those kind of things are really, fundamentally, they're mentally tougher than you think. And what I mean by that is certain situations in life, man, you play against certain guys. I mean, and the A's, we can go down the list of, certain guys that play for certain teams at certain moments. And they used to bring all of that. Willie Mays brought all of that, right? And so, we can go down the list of those kind of people that just showed up when they had to show up, and they did it for a long time, and we all admire it. And we're going to, now Brock, will he eventually get there? Whew. And man, Mount Rushmore, that's a tall mountain.
That's Ronnie Lott. He'll be at Tracy Toyota on Sunday. Ronnie, thank you so much for your time. We hope to see you at a Kings game soon. Enjoy the game this weekend.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right,
Take
Ronnie.
care.
All right, baby.
Ronnie Lott took us to, Fruit Loops.
I know, right? Ice cream.
Yeah.
We're hungry now, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's great to have him on. Yep.
Yeah. Sounds like he agrees with you on Joe Montana.
Exactly. I mean, come on now. Don't even mention it in the same sentence as Joe Montana.
We got Drape Steaks coming up.
Yeah, we got to get the picks too sometime. Now, I'm about to go 16-0 or whatever it is this week.
Yeah.
I got Drape Steaks.
Yeah, Drape Steaks on the Kings' new League Pass ranking.
Yeah, I'm not too happy with it.
All right. That's coming up next on Sactown Sports.
Tommy, I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all 4 arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
Who's ready for some fun on Saturday? Country in the Park 2 takes over Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Dirks Bentley, Harmony, plus line dancing and a mechanical bull, axe throwing, pop-up clothing stores, and food trucks. Tickets start as low as $52 at CITPfest.com. Grab your family and join us for Country in the Park 2 this Saturday at Heart Health Park. More at CITPfest.com.
Brought to you by A&A Concrete Supply, Folsom Hotel, and Corval, California, Champaign.
Time to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system? and you were a bit surprised at how much it costs, or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Silverado Savings Spectacular now at Maida Chevy with $13,000 off MSRP. Every new Silverado half-ton LTZ in stock after rebates. $12,500 off every Silverado half-ton High Country after rebate. And $11,000 off all new Silverado half-ton RSTs exclusively at Maida Chevy at MaidaChevy.com. Sacramento Silverado headquarters. Whatever Silverado you choose, you'll save thousands at Maida Chevy. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, lease, and some other offers. Must trade in 2010 model year or newer. Ends 9/30/24.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
Your home for the Oakland A's every weekend.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports, 1140.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
And there it was with the Drive Guys, exclusively from Ronnie Lott. Short skate, not a thing. Ronnie Lott says, why are we even talking about this? So there it was.
Purdy, not even in the same paragraph as Montana.
Well, the big story today, though, is his short skate. He may have said some interesting things about Joe Montana later, but yeah, I give you that. Obviously, I was dying to. I probably should have just said thanks, Ronnie, and moved on. But I really wanted to know what he thought of that, having that Jesse Sapolu interview we had.
I will say, listening to you ask that question, you were trying to lead him right to the water. Like you wanted him to just drink from the fountain that you had in front. Like you were setting that question up. You didn't just say, you were like, it wasn't the way you massaged it. I thought you were leading Ronnie there.
I was, because if you know anything about Ronnie Lott, you know where he's going to go. If I just came out, hey, you think Brock's like Joe Montana? He might have hung up on it. Right. So that's why I was like, well, one of your teammates said this.
Like it wasn't me. It was.
Yeah. That's why. Oh, absolutely.
This guy, he's an Eagles fan over here. So, that was funny. All right, man. Can we get to what pays the bills here, big fella?
All we have is Drape's Takes. I mean, we could do that.
Drape's Takes is a big sponsor in the Draper household. Man.
Here it is. It's time for Drape's Takes.
Calm down, Lion. Calm down. Take it easy, man. Just take it easy.
This message is for Kings fans out here. As we get ready for Media Day coming up on Monday, let me just say this. You're going to hear a lot of things from the national media over the next few weeks. You're going to read a lot of stuff in the Ringer and Bleacher Report and all this. I'm going to say right now, just ignore it. You want to know why? Because the nonsense has already begun, Whitey and Jay.
Really?
The national media nonsense has already begun.
Already?
And I'm not here for it, fellas. I'm not here for it. You want to hear the latest? My good friends, and these are my guys at basketballpoetry.com and basketballintelligence.com, came up with their league pass rankings, if you will.
Like most watchable teams.
Yeah, teams you need to stay up late for or get league pass to see. The Sacramento Kings, last couple of years, they've been league pass worthy, and rightfully so.
Easily top 8, I'm thinking.
Easily
maybe
top
5,
8,
top
right?
3.
Jay, where do you think the Sacramento Kings should be when it comes to league pass rankings?
Well, DeMar DeRozan signed me up. I'm going to say about 5 to 10, somewhere in that range.
All right, let me go through the list. This is a national media outlet, basketballpoetry.com.
I'm going 4.
Their league pass ranking. Hold up, Whitey. This is my take, not your take. Their league pass ranking. Number 1, San Antonio. Victor Wembanyama. We got a problem with that? We okay with that?
No, I got a problem already. But this your take. All
right, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have a problem with that. I get it. Okay, San Antonio. I get it. Number 2, the Houston freaking Rockets. What? They can't even sell out their building. Come on now. How did Houston Rockets ahead of the Sacramento Kings?
Did they email this to you?
They did. They said that. I know, right? And here's the crazy part about it, fellas. They had it behind the paywall. Ooh. So I had to hit my guy up like, bro, the Drapes here. I'm going to give you some love. Let me see it. So I opened it up, and to my chagrin, Kings weren't 1. They weren't 2. They got to be 3, though, right? They got to be 3.
Did you really say San Antonio's number 1?
San Antonio, number 1.
Right.
Number 2, Houston. Number 3, the Indiana Pacers.
Come on.
They score a lot of points.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah.
Come on. What are we doing here? All right. So you got 3 middling teams, if you will.
Right.
3 teams that, when it's all said and done, Pacers had a nice year last year, but they're not going to make any noise. Same thing with Houston and San Antonio.
This is my pick. 4 is
Yeah, you said 4.
Yeah.
The number 4 team, the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets are the most vanilla team in the entire NBA. I couldn't watch Nikola Jokic if you put toothpicks in my eyes, had them open, and sat me courtside at Denver.
Taping your eyes open
Right.
like conspiracy theory.
I'm not watching that unless you pay me. Unless you pay me to beat it.
Like
but they're
you
not
paid these guys.
Right, exactly. But they're not league pass worthy. Number 5. Got to be the Kings, right, ladies and gentlemen? We got to be top 5. We got Fox. We got Sabonis. We got DeMar. We got Mike Brown, Malik Monk himself.
Got the beam.
Number 5, New York Knicks. I'm going to keep going because we up against it, and I don't want to use up all the time.
We're good.
No, it's going to take me a while to get to where the Sacramento Kings are. That's what I'm saying.
You want to take a break and come back?
No. Let me give you number 6.
All right.
Number 6, the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm okay with that.
Yep.
I'm okay.
Jay,
OKC, great team, young up-and-comers. I'm okay with that. Number 7, Minnesota Timberwolves. Ant-Man. I get it. I get it, Jay. But where's my Sacramento Kings?
Got to be number 8.
Yeah, got to be number 8. The Dallas freaking Mavericks. They mention the bench is deep. Maxi Kleber is tap dancing on the any kind of league pass ranking that mentions Maxi Kleber. And get him out of here.
Yeah. Wow.
Number 9. I'm gonna just do the top 10 because then we gotta take a quick break. Let's do it later.
All right.
Number 9, Pelicans. Okay, Zion, Ingram. They got DeJounte. I'm not gonna hate on that.
Rudy Kings.
All right, and here we go. Finally, number 10.
We can live with 10. It's
Here
wrong,
come the
but we can live
Kings.
with it.
The Chicago Bulls. So this is what I'm saying, Kings fans. I'm going to get to us coming in a minute. But we got to ignore these national outlets. And I know I'm bringing it to you, and it's my fault. But I opened this up. Remember, it's behind a paywall. So I'm like, all right, it must be some good stuff. You know what I mean?
This is based on this year.
Yes.
The Chicago Bulls right now.
This year. So
not
I'm
like
going.
Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Not like Jimmy Butler.
Zach LaVine. Let me tell you what they say about the Chicago
Josh
Bulls.
Giddey, actually.
Consider this more of an educated guess than something based on past performance. My guy. This is my guy, too. All right, number 11. Jay said keep going. We got to get to the Sacramento Kings at number. Memphis Grizzlies. John Morant back. I want to see Memphis.
I thought they would be top 5.
Right, I want to see Memphis. I'm going to go number 12, Orlando Magic.
I like Orlando.
No, but are you actually paying for league pass to see Orlando play basketball?
I probably would, but I get you.
You know what I mean?
Like,
they're a nice squad,
Wagner,
but it's not. They're not. I don't know. They don't move the needle for me. Number 13, Philadelphia 76ers. Paul George, I get it. Maybe even a little higher.
Tyrese Maxey, yes, definitely should be higher.
Number 14, the Golden State Warriors. Come on, what they got?
Yeah, again, now?
Yes, now.
So like Kyle Anderson?
I'm curious to see Curry and Draymond surrounded by new running mates like Melton, Hield, and Kyle Anderson.
I'm not.
Hey, I'll tell you what, right now, no offense, guys. Melton, Hield, and Anderson ain't selling one single ticket in the NBA. Ain't nobody checking for those guys. What are they? We're not even top 14, fellas. All right, let me keep going.
We're right here. We're 15. I know we are. We're half the league.
Jay probably would have this team number 1. The Charlotte Hornets. Jay's guy, LaMelo. I have the Hornets exactly middle of the pack, but this ranking is wrong, they say.
What?
Yes. If LaMelo plays 60-plus games, this will be far too low, he says. Ooh, if he misses 2/3 of the season, this will be far too high.
Yeah.
So LaMelo and the Hornets are more interesting than the Sacramento Kings.
LaMelo has a great year. The Hornets might be as watchable as the Bulls.
Yeah, 16. How about this? Cleveland Cavaliers. So hold up now. Hold on.
Donovan Mitchell.
Okay, Donovan Mitchell, I guess. Okay. But we're not even the top 16 league pass. We might as well not even be shown. We might as well go back to 1979 and be on tape delay. Like, what the hell? All right, we getting there. Number 17.
We ain't there yet.
Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis.
Sure.
Dame. Okay. Number 18. Got to be the Kings.
Well, it has to be by now. I mean, it's just
the Atlanta Hawks.
Come on, man. What's the reasoning for the Hawks? Can I get the description, the breakdown, the summary?
I'm not sure people, this with the basketballpoetry.com says, I'm not sure people realize how popcorn movie fun the Hawks will be next season. With DeJounte gone, the ball is fully in Trae Young's hands, right where he wants it. Like him or hate him, he plays a pleasing offensive game. Whatever, they're going to be like 20-62.
Disaster movie, not a popcorn movie.
All right, here we go. Number 19, the Sacramento Kings. Finally. But here's my problem, fellas. The ranking, yes, 100% wrong on the ranking. They say, I really thought the Kings would be higher. They play a fun brand of offense.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I saw that too, and I was like, wait, it's your ranking.
Right.
How can you say you thought they'd be higher?
Right?
Why didn't you put them higher?
It's your ranking. And it's only one guy that's writing. It's not like a panel of experts.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, wait, what?
Oh, my gosh. So this is the problem. He talks about DeRozan, the offense. Keegan Murray won't have the opportunity to put up huge numbers this year, but he's a rising two-way star. Keon Ellis, two-way 3-and-D guy. Newly re-signed Malik Monk will unleash an atomic bomb on someone every so often. And on special occasion, on some two, not someone, some two. But this is where he lost me. He lost me at 19. The final sentence. The final sentence of the article. Again, the defense will be ugly. But that's not necessarily bad for our purposes. As long as the offense holds up, it's into the bargain. Let me ask you this, fellas.
Yeah.
Was the defense ugly last year based on the final statistical numbers?
First half of the year was, but overall it
but
ended
overall,
up being good.
Top 15 defense.
Yeah.
This is a national outlet once again saying the Kings defense will be ugly. It wasn't even ugly last year. And so this is the take, fellas. I just had to set up the take. The take is, Kings fans, ignore these national outlets. You're going to hear a lot of things that get your blood boiling. I'm boiling right now. But once it tips off the season, we will show them. So let's enjoy our squad. Let's eat our popcorn. Let's go have our red vine ropes. Whatever it is we eat at the games, let's enjoy this King season and ignore these national haters. That's Drape's Takes, Jay. It's brought to you by
Alsco Uniforms. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms.
I'm fired up now, man.
There's a former Kings player who, when he saw our list that we put together, the top 40 Kings, he said in a text what I would say about that list, which is basically that is the most bleeped up list I've ever seen in my life. Somebody on the chat here. Actually, it's Compio. Basketball poetry researchers comprised of a bunch of 15-year-olds.
Like, seriously, like, you know what?
Who are these guys?
These guys, they hit me on the inbox every day. You know, they run basketballintelligence.com, which is a great, really newsletter.
They're going to change the name of that.
Yeah, I know. No, but Basketball Intelligence is a really good newsletter because it compiles all the, like, clippings, press clipping stories. But basketball poetry is more of their analytics side of things. The fact that they had the Sacramento Kings, 19, when everybody and their mom knows our brand of basketball is fun to watch, that upset me, man. And these are my guys. They take care of me and everything with the newsletters every day. But when I opened it, Whitey, because I forwarded it to you and Jay without even really looking, I'm like, oh, this will be a nice talker. And then you hit me back, Drapes, they only go to 21. The rest is behind a paywall. Kings got to be up high, right? That's what we thought. They were 19. Come on, man. What are we doing?
The Kings were almost in the free part of the article. We almost got the teaser. The Kings were almost in that part.
And here's the thing, too, fellas, real quick. Here's the thing. Because the Celtics were number 20, actually. The Celtics were 20th. So they were right behind us. My guy who, I work with on the subscription, he says, quote, let me see exactly what he said. One other, we haven't done it. All right. So either way, the subscription, please sing its praises far and wide. Don't hold Sacramento's middle of the pack ranking against me. LOL. The league is going to be awesome next year. Who the hell does he want me to hold it against?
I know.
This is him that wrote this. So he knew, and I will say a lot of these national outlets and these people, they put things in there so to get a rise out of people. That sure as hell was going to get a rise out of Sacramento. 19th, Whitey.
Honestly, I know I keep saying this. I can't get over how high they have the Bulls.
Right.
Yeah.
Or the Hawks.
Yeah.
Like the Bulls, and y'all know Levine is my guy. I love watching. He ain't gonna play all 82. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not signing up for League Pass to watch Zach Levine. Now I'm signing up to watch how DeMar DeRozan fits in with De'Aaron Fox. I'm signing up to watch the exciting style of play that Sacramento plays. I mean, I got friends out in Boston who still text me. It's ridiculous.
I'm
man.
not a Boston fan, but if they're on, I'm certainly.
Yeah, the Sox
they're
play
not 20.
beautiful basketball. It's almost like, his list ain't even inverted the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like, he got the best teams kind of in the middle of the pack.
Where's the Lakers at on that?
Man,
I hadn't heard it.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. Let me get to the Lakers real quick here. You got to scroll through. Lakers 21 behind Boston and Sacramento.
Any team with LeBron, and I'm not a LeBron fan either, the lowest you could legally have them is like 14, right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Well, give me that top 5 again. San Antonio was 1. I've already forgot 2, 3, 4,
San
5.
Antonio 1.
Okay, that's a sham.
Houston number 2. Houston,
yeah, nah.
Come on, they have no soul. No, they're bread pudding. You know what I mean? It's like I could take them or leave them. You know, that's what they are.
They're like the plain donut.
Yeah,
right? Oh, there's donuts.
Yeah,
You open it, it's like,
come on. Number 3, Indiana J. Tyrese.
Okay.
But it's
right.
Tyrese and a bunch of misfits.
Yeah.
Number 4, Denver. I don't know how.
They play slow and plodding.
Yeah, they're not exciting,
No
man.
Afro in the chat, I'm with him. He says, you don't like Jokic's game? Now I'm lost. But I know.
Nah, but it's not. Yeah, man, we don't see eye to eye on Jokic.
But this is League Pass.
Right.
Like, we know this is not probably going to be the team that wins the championship. We're looking for the 140, a foot on the gas pedal. We're looking for something extra.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So here's the thing,
the young star.
If I'm a League Pass viewer, let's say I'm on the East Coast and I'm staying up at night. Would I rather watch the Cleveland Cavaliers than the Sacramento Kings? Like, you need somebody that keeps you up at night, a brand of basketball that keeps you up at night. Chicago? Come on, man. And so I didn't know where the Kings would rank when I reached out to my guy, but 19th?
I honestly wonder how much whomever watches the Kings,
Yeah.
Where are they based out of?
He
That's
might
a good
be
question.
Well, here's the thing. The guy I got the hookup with on Basketball Intelligence, which is the sister site to Basketball Poetry, I see at Kings games.
Really?
I've seen at Kings games. Yes.
So they West Coast bound.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it's not the same guy on Basketball Poetry, somebody different. But yes, I'm like, how do you got the Kings 19th? I saw that and I said, I got to let something off my chest.
I could not agree more with your overall take. And I've been saying that for years. I think you're right on the money. If you're a Kings fan and you see these things, you just got to go, they don't know what they're talking about.
Right. Exactly. They've
been going on for years.
They don't watch us.
Right.
You know, that's the thing. And so I'm excited, you know, as I walk the streets, I was at the gym this morning at Lifetime doing a great workout. Guy came up to me, Drapes, you ready for the season? How we look? Man, I got 51, 52 wins today, you know, this season. I think we're going to be excellent. I think DeMar DeRozan adds a little bit of stability, especially in the clutch down the stretch for us. I think this is going to be a great year for our team.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Drapes.
Despite Basketball Poetry ranking us the 19th.
Basketball punishing pigskin picks are coming up on Sactown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
The word for has been used in golf for centuries, and its origins can be traced to the Middle Ages. According to historians, the word for is derived from the Old English word meaning before or in front of. In those days, the term was used to warn people of incoming arrows during archery practice. Another theory suggests that for has military connections. During the 19th century, artillery officers would yell for to warn their troops of incoming shells. This practice may have carried over to golf. The most popular theory, however, is that for has Scottish roots. In Scotland, forecaddy was used to describe a person who walked ahead of the golfers to spot where their ball landed. The forecaddy would then yell for to warn the golfers if their ball was heading towards another golfer or a spectator. Today, for is used to warn golfers or spectators of an errant shot. Whether it's derived from the Middle Ages, military practice, or Scottish roots, for has become an integral part of the game of golf, and now you know why. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. You know, I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. You know, basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1. And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get a $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for $2. The person who cut you off earlier, you guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third-party delivery.
When it comes to fighting for families and protecting kids, no one works harder than our Assemblyman, Josh Hoover. A member of the Bipartisan Problem Solvers Caucus, Hoover has worked across party lines and proposed tougher penalties for fentanyl crimes, stricter sentences for drug trafficking near schools, and RILA's law to make sure anyone who abuses a child is held accountable. A former school board member, Josh has fought to support school police officers, prohibit homeless encampments near schools, and increase funding for school facilities. Josh Hoover knows that families have been paying more for everything from gas and groceries to utilities and insurance. In the Assembly, Josh is working to provide relief to families, reduce the cost of housing, and stop Gavin Newsom from raising gas prices even more next year. Josh Hoover is making a difference for our families, our community, and our future. Our voice, our Assemblyman, Josh Hoover.
Paid for by Hoover for Assembly 2024.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Who's ready for some fun on Saturday? Country in the Park 2 takes over Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Dirks Bentley, Harmony, Sasha, plus line dancing and a mechanical bull, axe throwing, pop-up clothing stores, and food trucks. Tickets start as low as $52 at CITPfest.com. Grab your family and join us for Country in the Park 2 this Saturday at Heart Health Park. More at CITPfest.com.
Brought to you by A&A Concrete Supply, Folsom Hotel, and Corval, California, Champaign.
Hey, everybody, it's your boy Kyle Draper for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Recently, I was at the dealership, and I had to get a look at their Sprinter vans up close and personal. And boy, was I blown away. One of the first things I noticed was the Mercedes star in the front. So you know it's made with the same premium quality Mercedes-Benz is known for. Plus, their Sprinter vans are fully customizable. So if you want to use it for your business, maybe you want to go on a camping trip, or even hauling your kids and their teammates to sporting events around town, they can set it up for you. From vans to box trucks to RVs to even limos, it's a one-stop shop. Don't believe me? Well, go see for yourself. Give the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van a test drive at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. You won't be disappointed. It's just a short drive down I-5 off of 8 Mile Road, or anytime at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com. And while you're there, tell me your boy Drape sent you.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
How about that? Seattle Seahawks coach Michael McDonald just really,
Nice
was one of his great hits.
Yes, hit.
Can't make this up, says Jay, who sent me this text, including this Twitter note. 49ers safety Talanoa Hufanga, questionable for Sunday, questionable after rolling his ankle at practice. What are you going to do, Jay? It's unbelievable.
Getting tough, Drapes.
Here's who I got that's questionable, fellas. I'm looking at their injury report.
Yeah, there's a list of it.
Debo, Trent.
We're only on till 6. I don't think
I know,
we have time
right?
for the whole. Yeah.
D. Winters, Jordan Elliott, Hufanga. Also out, Curtis Robinson and Hargrave, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kittle, Purdy, and Jacob Cowing, unspecified. They're playing, obviously, but but unlisted as unspecified on the.
Really? Well,
yeah, I've never heard unspecified. Like, did they not? Maybe that means 49ers. They're off. Maybe that means they're off. Like, they're off the injury report because they fully participated.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's yeah.
Maybe
I'm
unspecified is the new probable.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of football, it's time for Punishing Pigskin Picks. Jay is not only going to lead us through this exercise, he's leading us in picks.
I am.
What's the record?
I got you. Overall? Yeah, overall right now, Mr. Gleason, you are 10 11-20. Remember, of course, we didn't pick last week, so we have two weeks of 15-plus games.
That's terrible.
Drapes, you are 11-19.
Yeah.
And I am 14-16. So none of us are batting 500 at the point.
So you had a down week.
Yeah, I won with, let's see, week 1, Drapes had 6 wins. Whitey, you had 7. I had 9 plus the 1 point for the 10th for upset pick. Drapes, in week 2, you had 5. Whitey, you had 3. I had tied with 5 with Drapes, but I got the upset pick, so I got the 6. Overall, Whitey, you have only went with 1 upset. You were 0-1. Drapes, you have not had any lock. Oh, excuse me. I'll take that back. Whitey, you had a lock in week 1. You were 0-1. Drapes, you have no locks, and you're 0-2 on upsets.
Damn.
I had 1 lock. I'm 0-1, and I am 2-0 on upsets.
Damn.
So our locks are not very locked.
Are killing us right now.
So with that being said, fellas, we'll jump into it. We begin at 10 a.m. Of course, spots. We kick it on over to Atlanta, where they have the only Chick-fil-A that is open on Sundays, to the best of my knowledge.
Oh, is it open at the stadium?
Some kind of way it's not open, but they're serving food to the point of like it's already pre-cooked or something.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been there per se. The Falcons open up at 4.5. 4.5 favorites.
Hold up, Jay. What you got?
Excuse me, 3. Excuse me. I'm looking. Sorry.
Right.
I looked at it. It opened at 4.5. It's at 3 right now. My apologies. Over the Saints are getting 3. We'll begin with you, Drapes.
Saints.
You got the
Bounce
Saints.
back game for the Saints.
All right, Mr. Gleason.
Yeah, I'm with them. Saints. Both teams, by the way, with offensive line issues, but Saints bounce back win, as Drapes says. Yes.
I'm gonna take the Saints. I'm just playing.
Right. You ain't taking.
Yeah, no. I do think the Falcons will win, but I don't think they cover the 3. We move on to a 3-0 team who I don't know if anyone would have chose them to be 3-0, but they are Mike Tomlin's Steelers. They go to Indianapolis and take on Anthony Richardson, not Tyrese Halliburton, who's a top 5 NBA pass league team. The Colts are a home dog.
Yeah.
They have 2. They're getting 2. Whitey,
2.
are you taking the Colts or are you taking the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I gotta tell you, I like them home dogs. Ooh. Yeah, this is when the Steelers fall. Big play by Anthony Richardson. Colts.
We're going to differentiate there. I'm going Steelers. My boy Justin Fields, Mike Tomlin. They got something special brewing there in Pittsburgh. Steelers on the road.
Are the Steelers really a 4-0 team?
Yes.
Goodness gracious. I'm going to take the Steelers as much as I don't really want to. I'll take the Steelers, giving up 2 on the road.
You game right there.
Yeah, that is. It is. We shoot down to Houston, H-Town. They are favorites over the Jacksonville Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence. It opened, fellas, real quick at 3.5. It is now at 6.
What?
The Texans are giving up 6 right now.
Damn.
Whitey, who do you have? Or this is Whitey.
Yeah.
Whitey, who do you have? Do you have the Texans or the Jags?
6 is a lot in
It
today's
is.
NFL.
It
Jacksonville, I can't believe they're as bad as they've looked, but boy, they've looked bad. I'm going with Houston.
Okay, you got H-Town.
That you're going with Jacksonville there. All that talk, and I'm going Houston also.
Okay, you going with H-Town. Man, that 6 is long and strong, but I'll take the Texans as well, just because you guys took it, I guess.
All right, because we know what we're talking about,
Yeah,
Jay.
you might be right. I'm following the cab. Peer pressure. We move on up to Lambeau, one of the most overrated places you can play football.
Come on, man.
Green Bay is favorite. Who knows what Jordan Love? Maybe he won't. Of course, Malik Willis, they're taking on the 3-0 Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are 3-0. They're going to Green Bay, which is one freeway, right? Kyle just takes one freeway to get there.
Yeah.
And they are a 2.5 point underdog.
Oh, so
Drake, who do you have?
So the Vikings are getting
They're
the
getting
points.
2.5.
Damn. I got the Packers winning outright, but the 2.5. I'm going to still go Packers.
Okay.
Division game, rivalry game, home team, I'm going to give the edge to.
Yeah, we don't know about Jordan Love. Minnesota, they're legit. It's Minnesota with points against a team with a quarterback who's been injured. Give me the Vikings all day long, Jay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm taking the Vikings just based on I have no clue what you're going to get from Malik Willis. One more week. Whitey, you've taken the Vikings. I'm going to make sure I write that down. There you go.
Could be Jordan Love. He could
It
play.
could be.
Good
It
play,
could be.
yeah.
I guess we're taking a flyer. With that being said, we go to probably the most pedestrian team, even though they got a win last week.
Yeah.
They got a win last week. The Red Rifle coming on in. We shoot down to Carolina. They're bringing in everybody's favorite Joe Burrow quarterback. It opened at 5. Right now it is at 4.5. Carolina getting a home dog, 4.5, Drapes. Are you taking the Panthers and Andy Dalton, or are you taking Joe Burrow?
I got to go with Joe Burrow.
Okay.
They got to get a win, man. I'm going Bengals here. Panthers, that was a fool's gold, 1 week wonder. Give me Cincinnati.
One thing we know about Cincinnati, we saw it Monday, their defense is not very good. And you know what, Jay? Drapes? I like them home dogs. Carolina.
Okay,
You got the Panthers?
Yeah.
You're actually taking the
4.
Panthers.
Yeah.
Dang.
Guess what?
Jay ain't taking no.
I'm taking Carolina with you, brother.
See, Jay don't like Joe Burrow.
I
That's
think it's
why.
no. I think Andy Dalton's going to keep it within 4.
And what's the number, 4.5?
4.5.
Yeah. Give me Cincinnati. I'm sticking with the Bengals.
4.5, brother. That means basically a touchdown.
Yep.
All right, we're still in the 10 a.m. slots. This one's a little surprising. Maybe not. You tell me what you believe. Caleb Williams led Chicago Bears are favorite at home. They're giving up 3 to the LA Rams, who just beat the 49ers, albeit in the comeback. Whitey, I believe it's on you. The Bears giving up 3 in Soldier Field. Who you got?
Yeah, you know what? Bottom line to me, coaching. I'm going Rams because of the coaching advantage.
Ooh.
Rams, count me in as well. Rams on the road get the win.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. This is my upset of the week.
Oh,
I'm going Rams here. I'm going Rams. 3.5. I know they're banged up. Yeah, it's 3.5. Yeah, 3. Excuse me, 3. Three. I'm sorry, 3. It is 3. Let me, as I write that down. 3 is tough, but just keep me within the field goal range.
Oh, yeah, field goal right there.
And I'm probably taking the under too, which is at 40. I can't believe that, but who knows? Jets take on the Broncos. Bo Nix heading into New Jersey, just where Kyle was a couple of weeks ago. The Jets are giving up 7.5, so a touchdown, a little bit of extra. Drapes, you got Broncos covering the 7.5, or you got the Jets winning by 7.5?
Y'all know I like Bo Nix, but I can't. I got to go 7.5 though. Give me the Jets.
All right.
Dang.
Yeah, I got the Jets. I'm not hemming and hawing about it. I feel pretty good about it, which means we'll see. Jets.
Yeah,
Denver's terrible.
Yeah, this is a smoke out. I'm with you. The Buccaneers take on Drapes.
Yeah.
Fly,
Let's go.
Eagle, fly.
Revenge game.
To win the conference and smash the Cowboys.
Pretty much. That's pretty much what the L Train said. Right now, it's almost a pick'em game. It is. The Buccaneers are home dogs. 1 point. 1 point. Drapes, I'll let you lead this squad off. Are you taking the Eagles, or you got Baker?
My
and
lock
Bucks?
of the week. Mark it down, boys. Tampa Bay gets the win.
Ooh.
Eagles are too banged up. No wide receivers for Hurts. Devontae Smith. AJ. I'm going Tampa.
Yeah.
You gotta go Tampa.
Yeah, I don't know if I've mentioned this to you guys, but I like them home dogs.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm taking Tampa. I was taking Tampa even if everybody was healthy.
And the thing is, it's a win-win for me, fellas. Because even if the Eagles win,
you're hedging your bet.
I'm all right. I'm okay.
Also lose that.
Right. Yeah, that's true. You can look at it like that.
You're hedging your bet. I like that. 2 teams may be surprising. They were been on our surprise team of the year list by a few of our analysts and experts. Washington, fresh off a big victory last week, invades Phoenix. They head to see Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals, who are favorite by 3.5. The Cardinals are favored by 3.5. It opened at 2. Somebody saw the line, push it up a little more. Whitey, who do you have?
Washington's coming off of a short week. I know that was an exciting win. I think this is an opportunity for Arizona. Washington, as we saw against Cincinnati, their defense leaves a lot to be desired. And I think this is an opportunity for Arizona. Kyler Murray, give me Arizona. You can have your stinking points.
Who you taking, Arizona?
Yeah.
Give me Arizona, too. I think Arizona. Washington had a nice little game, but I think Kyler Murray and the boys will put up about 34 points on them and get the W.
Yeah, the half scares me.
The hook?
What is it, 3.5?
3.5. The hook scares me, but I'll go with Arizona. Kyler to win by 4 or more. I can tell you right now, my lock of the week.
Lock
of the week.
Here we go.
Happens at 1:05 p.m. That'll be down in Levi's Stadium. As the great Ronnie Lott talked about it.
You can't get bonus for that.
The lock of the week. The lock of the week. 10.5. What'd you say, Whitey? The biggest spread of the year. The 49ers welcome your guy, Jay Mayo and the Patriots.
Yeah.
I love Jabril Peppers. Big fan there. Drapes, who do you have?
I'm going Niners. I think Niners win by 2 touchdowns. No offense for the Patriots. Give me San Francisco.
Yep, I'm with you. San Francisco 49ers.
Does Patriots score more than 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not meant.
They might get a little special teams touchdown or something like that.
We kicked to the 125 spot, and we welcome the Browns to Las Vegas. Opened at 1.5. It's still at 1.5. The Raiders are home dogs, Whitey. One more time, are you taking them? Raiders, Browns. Raiders getting 1.5. Whitey, who do you have?
I hate to say it. I'm not with the home dog here because of injuries. Max Crosby's hurt. Adams is hurt. I think there's 3 other starters that are hurt. Cleveland's offensive line, though, they got offensive line issues.
Yeah, what you doing?
Cleveland.
Raiders.
Yeah, I'm taking the Raiders, too.
Bounce back.
I'm taking the Raiders, too.
Yep.
I like that. I'm with you on that. Let's see here. Next one we move on to, stay in the 125 time slot.
Chiefs.
Shoot down to the Chargers and the Chiefs. You're spot on. The Chargers, 7. 7, Drapes. You're getting 7 with the Chargers. Who do you have? Herbert is banged up. He's super banged up.
Chiefs ain't been playing well, though. I'm taking Chiefs. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Taking the Chiefs and the 7. Whitey?
Well, given the 7, right?
Yes, give me
yeah.
The
The Chargers are so banged up, it's reflected in the line. Yeah, I don't like to do it, but Chiefs.
Yeah, if Herbert was any close to even 50%, I'd take the Chargers.
Yeah.
That 7 scares me. If I had the hook, I'd probably take the Chargers, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Chiefs as well. We kick on over to Sunday night, right? That'll be the last game on the docket. It'll be, as they say, old school slobber knocker. Buffalo, undefeated, heading into Baltimore. Right now, at the moment, it opened at 3. The Bills were getting 3. They're getting 2.5 at the moment, according to BetMGM. The Ravens' favorite in B-More. This is Drapes. Or excuse me, this is Whitey. I'm sorry.
Baltimore's struggling. Buffalo's too good to turn your nose up when they're getting points. Give me the Bills.
Buffalo, I'm going Buffalo. Same reason. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Ooh, I'm with you. Until I heard somebody saying, maybe it was today, until the Bills lose, I'm going to go ahead and keep picking them, right? So with that being said, we won't pick Monday because we'll pick it on Monday depending on who we are. And we got 2 games on next Monday, if I'm not mistaken.
2 games.
That's right.
Titans,
Monday
Dolphins, Seahawks, Lions.
Yeah. All right. We'll save that for Monday then.
Good luck, everybody. Oh, I like them home dogs. Oh, boy, that Raider one's having a hard time with that. When we come back, we'll wrap up the week with Whitey's Wayback Machine quiz. Stick around, Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. The last weekend of September feels like summer. We'll start at 60 on Saturday, afternoon highs in the mid-90s with light winds. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
At Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. Whether you purchase a new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, Elk Grove Honda has the right Honda at the right price. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard, or elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-627-0188. 800-627-0188. 800-627-0188.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Tired of ads interrupting your favorite news podcasts? Good news. Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership.
Stay up to date on everything newsworthy with podcasts like The Daily, Up First, and 5 Things Uninterrupted at Amazon.com/ad-free. Just head to Amazon.com/ad-free to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. And one thing I've learned is that you buy a house, but you make it a home. Because with every fix, update, and renovation, it becomes a little more your own. So you need all your jobs done well. For nearly 30 years, Angie has helped millions of homeowners hire skilled pros for the projects that matter. From plumbing to electrical, roof repair to deck upgrades. So leave it to the pros who will get your jobs done well. Hire high-quality certified pros at Angie.com.
Model Year End pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the Model Year End event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop. Who's ready for some fun on Saturday? Country in the Park 2 takes over Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Dirk Bentley, Harmony, Sasha, plus line dancing and a mechanical bull, axe throwing, pop-up clothing stores, and food trucks. Tickets start as low as $52 at CITPfest.com. Grab your family and join us for Country in the Park 2 this Saturday at Heart Health Park. More at CITPfest.com.
Brought to you by A&A Concrete Supply, Folsom Hotel, and Corval, California, Champaign.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
If you're not looking for a brand new car, at Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. We've kept only the best of our trades, and our buyer has found some of the finest pre-owned Hondas available in Northern California. You can see for yourself at elkgrovehonda.com. Whether you purchase a brand new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, your car buying experience will be the same. We have the right Honda at the right price. You'll find us in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Even in a broken Washington, one person delivers results. Our Congressman Kevin Kiley. Working across party lines, Kevin Kiley has helped pass bipartisan bills to lower prices for gas, groceries, and utilities, provide tax relief for the victims of recent wildfires and storms, and to protect Lake Tahoe today and for future generations. Kiley has secured millions of federal dollars to ease traffic on our roads, expand our water supply, and protect our homes and communities from wildfires. And because he believes public safety comes first, Kevin Kiley is working to crack down on repeat offenders, retail thieves, and fentanyl dealers who prey on our youth. Kevin Kiley is always ready to work across party lines to get things done, and never afraid to take on the establishment in Washington or Sacramento when that's what's needed to protect our quality of life. Delivering results. That's Kevin Kiley. Let's keep him working for us.
I'm Kevin Kiley, and I approve this message. Paid for by Kevin Kiley for Congress.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all 4 arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value. value at the Good Feet store.
Silverado savings spectacular now at Maida Chevy with 13,000 off MSRP. Every new Silverado half-ton LTZ in stock after rebates. 12,500 off every Silverado half-ton High Country after rebate. And 11 grand off all new Silverado half-ton RSTs exclusively at Maida Chevy at MaidaChevy.com. Sacramento Silverado headquarters. Whatever Silverado you choose, you'll save thousands at Maida Chevy. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing and leasing some other offers. Must trade in 2010 model year or newer. Ends 9/30/24.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Time for Whitey's Wayback Machine quiz for September 27th. Drapes, you're up. Let's get right to it. We're a little short on time. I don't think we'll get through the whole game. So where do you want to start? 1936, 1973, 1987, 2008, 2020, or this date, what year?
87.
1987. The NFL player strike begins on this date. Owners responding by filling their rosters with replacement players. The 2000 movie The Replacements is loosely based on how which team dealt with the 1987 strike? San Francisco, Washington, New England.
I'm going to go with San Francisco, Washington, New England. I'm going to go with Washington.
That's correct. Yeah. Washington
Down
Sentinels.
in Reeves.
Yeah,
John Wick,
right.
baby.
That's right. All right, Jay, you're up. 36, 73, 2008, 2020. In this day, what year?
What year?
Okay.
Ooh.
So I'll read it to you, and then you can decide, yes,
sir.
Whether he goes first, you do. In a primetime game between the Bengals and the Ravens, the 1st and 10 line appears on screen for the first time in TV history, becomes an instant hit. This date, what year? You want to go first?
Let Drapes go first.
Yeah.
I'm in the ballpark, but I want to see where
What year
going.
do you think, Drapes? You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Hey,
the yellow
first
line
down. Yes,
over
sir.
the
Yeah.
field. I'm going to go 2004.
2004?
Ooh, that's a good pick.
I got it.
Jay?
I'm going to say 03.
03. It was 1998.
Yeah.
You know, as you get
1998.
older, the years go by so quickly, right? It's like, damn, it's been 1998.
That was pretty good because I was going to say 2000.
Right?
Yeah. 1-1. This could decide it.
We're up against it here.
Yeah. 36, 73.
2012 is one.
2020.
2020.
It's a true false.
Ooh, let's do it.
All right. True or false. This day, 2020, Miami wins the East Finals, setting up the first NBA Finals ever featuring two teams, Lakers and Heat, who had missed the playoffs the year before.
2020?
First time, two teams in the finals who had missed the playoffs the year before.
I don't know. I'm going to say true.
He's got it.
Yeah! Jay got you.
Come on, I got 45 seconds. Come on, Whitey. Come on, Whitey.
You said 55-30.
36, 73, 2008, Jay.
Come on.
2008.
2008. It's the closest to.
Drapes goes first.
Greg Maddux wins the final start of his career to finish with how many career wins? What do you think, Drapes? This date, 2008. Greg Maddux.
200.
He's stalled.
And 31. 231.
No, that's way more. He's a 300 game winner.
Is he a 300?
Yeah, so 232.
Yeah,
you got it.
355.
Yeah.
Damn,
Looks
that
like
many?
a tie game. Yeah.
Looks like a
Yeah.
tie. I hold the belt, Jay.
Have a great weekend. Thanks for being with us. Stick around. We got A's baseball, A's and the Mariners next on Sactown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive.